Travelers on the Omnibus occasionally touches on mature subject matter with mature language. As such, the audience discretion is advised.
Welcome to Travelers on the Omnibus, the show where we hit garbage pail kids in a fight to the death. Today's snot-filled showdown, returning champion Mucus Lucas versus Petey Flim. I'm Mucus Lucas. Shit, guys, I'm sorry I did it again. I got the wrong. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna try not to do this again.
You miss 1 week and you forget fuck all everything.
So I'm really this hosting dudes. It's a big deal.
There you go.
Welcome to Travelers on the Omnibus, field trip through nerd cult. Hey, you fucked me up. Let's do this again. Welcome to.
I'm putting an echo on this one. Go for it.
Welcome to Travelers on the Omnibus, a field trip through nerd and pop culture. My name is Brady Davis.
My name is Jody.
My name is Ethan Skinner.
Sure. Okay, we got that out of the way quick. So, it's crazy. Y'all actually
stop looking at your character sheet like it has answers.
Y'all actually did this fucking thing without me.
We did.
I'm hurt.
You said in the chat you were okay with it.
To be fair, we had to have two other people be like one Brady Davis.
I like that you listened to the podcast this time.
Because I didn't have to listen to my voice. So of course I
said that in the show.
It's on Amazon. So it's much easier for me to listen to now because that's one of the two places that I will listen to podcasts.
There you go. Absolutely. I'm going to get it also on Stitcher so you can listen to it in stereo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like an exhibit kind of deal.
That'll make it even easier.
Yo, dog, I heard you like stereo, so we put speakers in your speakers so you can duo while you duo.
Jay, what you been doing since you were the last one to talk?
Oh, there you go. That's a good one. I like that process. Star Wars, the deck building game, the latest game from Fantasy Flight Studios, a tremendous pedigree in the world of a licensed video gaming, Jesus Christ, board gaming and card gaming and such. 2-player game. It feels a little bit like Keyforge in that there's a little bit back and forth to it. Mm-hmm. It is only for 2 players. Mm-hmm. You don't there is a 2 versus 2 variant, but it requires to buy 2 boxes of the game.
I've never been a fan of that.
At $40, it's semi-reasonably priced. I think 30 would be perfect, but for 40, I feel like I got value.
That
for
extra
money.
$10 is for Star Wars. If this was just a
generic, I'll give you that. Yeah.
If this was,
I put it like this: Mysterium Park is $30, whereas like Mysterium is like 60.
Yeah.
And it is a more condensed game, but to me, it's very much the same kind of strategy in that regard. But I played a bunch of it last night with my friends John and Derek from work.
Okay.
I played against both of them separately. Not concurrently, but consecutively rather. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I would like to get more people. I would like to be not playing it and see kind of everybody's reaction as far as that goes. I like the way they handle what is called the Galaxy Row, basically the pool where you buy cards from. You have Rebel cards, Imperial cards, and you have neutral cards. Rebel can buy Rebel and neutral. Imperial can buy Imperial and neutral. Some of the units you can buy, because you have units and capital ships. Capital ships tend to stay in play more after the thing. Units always go to the discard pile whether you play them or not. You can target units with your combat strength, so rather than targeting your opponent's base, you can target cards that they would end up getting, and if you destroy them, you get a bonus for destroying them out of there, along with denying that person that card. So I kind of dig that. I'm kind of curious how it is. There's a little bit of ascension to it as well, in my opinion, because, again, whatever you have in your hand, there's no cost to play. It's only cost to buy cards. And you just play everything out, and then you just go, and then they play everything out and just go. And it really just comes down to this game, I think, is one of efficiency is key in deck building games. This one really rewards your efficiency. If you can just get down to that movement of cards that you need to have to work for you, you're going to win this game. There's no, you're probably going to. No, the most efficient deck towards the end is going to win the game. There's only one win condition. You have a set of, each player has a set of bases. I think it's about like 8 or 10. You start out with one locked in. The Empire gets Lothal, and the Rebels get Dantooine. Once that base is destroyed, you then have a deck of bases, which you don't randomly draw them. You look at it and go, okay, I'll pick this one out, and this is my new base. And that base has a pretty cool effect to it, usually. Some are more potent than others. I want to spotlight Corellia for the Empire and Moncala for the Rebels, which basically says the moment you play it, you can buy any card from your alliance that is in the pool for free, and it goes directly into your hand. So that's a very, like, in a game where you're usually waiting for the thing that you bought for, the fact that it comes in like that, it's extremely powerful. There's a good bit of mirror to all of it. Like Mustafar gives you 4 toward the Force. There's all the balance of the Force is also in play, and the Force is with you. Certain cards have higher effects, and if it's all the way on your side, you get additional resources with which you can buy cards in the game. So that it's a very tangible thing. It's a thing that you need to keep an eye on that, because if you don't, Vader is like strength 5 or 7, and if you have the balance of the Force, he's strength 10. Which, depending on what base is in play, that can crack a base with just him.
So are you playing Tug of War with the Force in the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
The cards there are cards that can give you Force, and then brings it more towards
take
you.
it away
and goes from there.
the other
I would
player.
like to spotlight Jabba the Hutt is probably one of my favorite cards in the game. It is the most expensive neutral card. It can be as long as you pay 8 resources, which is a pretty fair chunk. That said, if you kind of work your stuff out right, like third turn when you get that first new fresh batch of cards, you could possibly buy him if you kind of play everything right for you. But it requires a good bit of luck in order to do that. But he's 2 combat, which is 2 resources, so that's pretty good. 2 force, which if it's just over the line, it brings it back over the line to you. You can then exile once per turn with him out in play. Now remember, he gets discarded at the end of the turn. Once per turn, you get to exile a card from your hand to draw a card. 2 cards if you have the balance of the Force.
Wow.
So not only are you getting rid of bad cards, you're now
deck manipulation.
I like a lot of the Rebel mechanics that I've seen so far. Han Solo is draw a card, draw 2 cards if the Millennium Falcon is also in play.
Oh, cute.
The Millennium Falcon reads once per turn, you can find a unique card in your discard pile, put it back in your hand.
Oh.
So that earlier turn you played Han, he's now in the discard pile, you put down the Millennium Falcon.
You can play him again.
You bring him back, you put him in. Now you're drawing 2 cards because the Millennium Falcon's in play. Leia allows you to buy a card, a Rebel card in the row for free. Luke, just once per turn, he goes, oh, that's a nice Star Destroyer there. It would be bad if I just showed up on it, and you just tap him and boom, it just explodes.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Sounds rad.
Pretty cool.
There's a lot of mirroring, particularly in the bases, so there is a little bit enough to kind of give them their own flavor, but there's a good bit of mirroring there too. So
It's probably for balancing reasons, I would assume.
For a base game, I can totally understand why. When we start getting expansions for this, I have to imagine they're going to do expansions for this. Like this really feels like the Ascension model, except for 2 players.
Right.
And also, this is the first time I will say that I've played a deck building game that is 2-player.
Right.
Like it's not even. You can play deck building games 2-player, but to me, one person gets so much of a momentum ahead. There's nothing that can break that. You need a third person.
The only one I played that's made for 2 players that works is Star Realms.
Yeah. Star Realms, I think would be a good example too. I haven't played enough Star Realms to give that.
Star Realms is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Star Realms, I think, works pretty well as a 2-player.
Yeah. There's a super deluxe version that Magnarb Gaming in Goshen, Mississippi has right now. So come on out.
It's all
and buy it.
foil cards.
Let's plug.
Oh no, we're gonna plug it again.
Shit.
No. God King of gaming stores, Cameron Spanier would not have it any other way.
Yes, fair enough. Let's see. Oh, I had watched a review from the Dice Tower of this, and it did look interesting. I'm glad you picked it up because it wasn't interesting enough where I was like, I'm going to pick this up.
Oh, I have one last thing. It's a Fantasy Flight insert that works until you sleeve the cards, and then they don't fit right.
Of course.
That's how
I was almost there. I was almost there, but like this,
and it's a deck building game, so you really need to sleeve the cards.
It's a lot of the collected artwork that Fantasy Flight has done with the Star Wars model, Star Wars license. I don't mind that because the artwork is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Real quick, what's the card count for the decks?
Starting is 10 a piece. You draw 5 a turn. There's 90 cards that are in the Galaxy deck. You also have 10 Outer Rim Outer Rim Pilots, which is basically your acolyte from Ascension. It's basically like you can pay 2, and this goes in your deck and gives you 2.
So it's just over 100 cards.
Yeah, it's 120 cards. 120 cards, not counting the base decks, which I think are between 8 and 10. No, they either both have 8 or 10. I want to say it's 10. But it's 150 cards.
So 2 packs
According
of
to the
sleeves.
box, it takes 3
No,
packs.
3 packs.
3 packs
packs
of
of
the
sleeves.
Gagenic sleeves. I think those are like 50.
They're 50
50
sheets.
packs.
Yeah.
2 packs of Dragon Shields.
Yeah.
Which I like that. They
Ultimate
tell you,
card.
for this, of course, it's only for this particular brand, but hey.
How much is a pack of Dragon Sleeves?
Right now, Dragon Shields are like $13.99.
Okay, so the 3 Game Genics was like 10.
Oh, okay.
Like, to be fair, I got them on a sale.
Are those
so
clear sleeves?
clear sleeves? both
board
sides.
game
Yeah,
sleeves.
Game Genics aren't super expensive. I bought them.
I've used them
past.
for Star Realms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. We're gonna do me. Fuck it. So I've been away for a little while. It's been a long time. Should have left you without a dope beat to step to.
I like that pause where we should have.
No, I don't.
I like the pause where we should have left you. Like, it's like, yeah, I should have just quit the whole podcast in general. My life was so much better in that week. It was great.
That's not Aaliyah. I almost said Ashanti.
It must beat ass. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
None of you will know why I did that.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot even where I was at.
You were talking about Aaliyah and the wonderful song that you referenced
That was
there.
Aaliyah reference. But
Say God rest your soul.
yeah, God rest your soul.
Censored.
Yuppies.
Censored.
It's gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna
Where
be one of those
I just,
episodes.
like censored.
It's
yuppies.
Lots of yuppies.
Random
Yeah.
cuts.
Many
that-
yuppies.
Many yuppies.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's mostly not my fault.
The big chills.
So yeah, I've been away for a little
it's
while.
1.5 your fault. 1.5. There's
Fair.
there's like 5 fault right now,
Fair
but
enough.
you're 1.5 of it.
Been away for a couple weeks. So week before last, I got one of my Kickstarters in that I've been looking forward to. It's a game called Final Girl. It is a solo only game. This is the only way to play this game. It's called Final Girl because you are literally playing a final girl in a horror movie and you're trying to kill the bad guy. This was season 2. Season 1 had happened a while back, and it's been out for a while. And that one you had kind of and it's always like similar to, but legally distinct from. You had a Jason, you had a Freddy. They had one where it was like in a African demon thing. Can't remember what all the other ones was. One where you were fighting. It wasn't Geppetto, but it was called Geppetto because he had like puppets. It was like an evil circus.
So it's like Puppet Master kind of deal.
Sort of, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But except I think these were like life-size puppets. But in this one,
That's Puppet Master.
I got it, and it's a really fun little game. It's very modular. You choose your killer. Like you can pick out just the what they call the feature film box, and you can play that location and that killer, and they all have different mechanics. But you can like switch things around. It's you have cards. You play cards to take actions, and then you roll dice. And depending on how good you roll, depends on what kind of action you can take. So even to do something as to move spaces, you have to play a card. And it is very random. And that I can see, like, if Holder played this game, he would probably hate it because there is a lot of randomness because you're relying on your dice. Because they only have 2 successes on each die. But then like 3s and 4s, you can if those get rolled, you can discard 2 cards to make those into a success.
Okay.
But you're also spending time, which you're also using to purchase more cards because every card that you play can't be purchased that round. After you take your actions, then you purchase more cards for the next round. Then the killer takes their actions, and the killer's going around. There's victims all over the board, and you're trying to save the victims so it powers you up, because once you save a certain amount of victims, you get your final girl power. And they're trying to kill the victims because it makes their bloodlust go up, and as their bloodlust goes up, they get more powerful. They hit harder, they move faster, events come out. Like they'll have things like there's one that takes place at like a rural mansion. And one of the events that comes out is like the loser boyfriend, and he's actually helping the killer. So if you kill him, you get like bonuses. But the 5 scenarios that I got it's basically Alien. They even have the final girl as Ellen. The Thing, which is very interesting. They call it the Organism. One of them is actually the big bad wolf in like a storybook thing.
I like that.
And red is.
I'm glad. I like that they're pulling from fairy tale.
That's
cool.
the simplest one. Like if you were to just get this core, I would have said play that one first. I didn't. But now that I played it, I was like, because that's only one of the two that I beat. Then one of them is 3 killers where they are. It's a home invasion type thing. It's basically the strangers, and they're interesting. They're really fun because their location you can craft items, and I won this because I was able to build the obliterator, which you have to find all 4 of the crafting items and make it, and it's like this big wooden cross thing with like nails stuck in it, and it does like a shitload of damage, and I was able to fuck all of them up with it. It's really cool.
When you said 3 strangers, I was really hoping you would lean into like 3 strangers in a trench coat.
Yes, they're just children that you're killing. And then the last one is an insane asylum. The monster is kind of like a Silent Hill thing. I can't tell if she's supposed to be like an actual like living killer or if she's like kind of brought back to life or something. They call her the Ratchet Lady for one flew the cuckoo's nest.
I appreciate that. That's good.
That one's pretty hard because she like makes maniacs, and then you have to fight them as well. It's really, really interesting. I really like it. You can tell like sometimes I still don't think I have a full grasp over how everything works. Because I've gotten my ass whooped like really bad. The one that's the thing, like you don't start out with a killer. You start out with exposed victims. Mm-hmm. So 3 people in there will be possible. So you have to literally like go to them and either take them to the lab or do blood tests on them.
Tests.
And you find out and you have 3 cards that you flip through and you're like, okay, this guy's good. And then, oh shit, this guy's a guy. So you immediately replace him. And there's 3 versions of the monster that you could get. And the bloodlust will still go up if people die. But if you flip over a guy, you immediately do all the bloodlust. So like it can really hit you hard. Like it really fucked me over. So that one's a really tough one. I don't think the alien one was the first one that I played, and I don't think I had a really good grasp on it. But it's a very, very fun game. It comes in like they really thought out like the box for everything, because everything like fits very well in there. The boxes, each of the feature film boxes are magnetic, so you just basically take off the two lids, and there's your location, and there's your killer with little trays that have all the stuff that you need, all the terror cards and all the item cards and setup and everything. A really, really interesting game. I'm looking forward to continuing playing it. I kind of took a break because I got some new decks for Marvel Champions, and I've been playing those. Gambit's pretty fun. Good. So yeah, that's one thing.
Just real quick, also, I just want to. That production is one of my favorite productions. It
looks so sweet.
It looks like a giant rack of VHS tapes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it literally like you and the VHS player is the mat that you get, and you
with like drive-in movie theater poster art.
Yeah, it's really good, and some of them have like different. Like the Intruders one has like a different art style than the other ones. It's more hand drawn, whereas the other ones look a little bit more 3D or like textured differently. I really like it. It's really cool, and it also comes with a zombie scenario, which I didn't finish playing because I realized like I kept missing things because you're having to deal with a lot of things on the board. The first season came with a bird scenario. I need to get that scenario. I got all the miniatures for it. This past Sunday, the not quite proprietor of McNarb Gaming invited me to a preview screening. He bought a whole bunch of tickets for the D&D movie, Honor Amongst Thieves. All right. So I watched that. It's decent. It's certainly much better than the original D&D movie, which is an incredibly low bar, but it's pretty solid.
Now recite the most memorable line from the Dungeons and Dragons movie from the early 2000s. Mage! Hey, there you go. That's it.
That was the Jeremy Irons line, right?
No, that was Justin Whalen, the guy who in Lois and Clark played the second Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's how deep cutty I got on that.
Jesus Christ.
I apologize for hijacking this. So we went to, I was in college still at the time, over in Ole Miss, and we went up to, not Brookhaven, Olive Branch, excuse me, to the wonderful theater that they have up there, or had up there. I don't know what it is like today. And right before even the previews, 5 people come out dressed in medieval garb. I'm like, oh no, these guys are Solar. And sure enough, they were trying to recruit people into Solar.
That was like 2000, right?
That was like early 2000. Like
no, I think it's 2000.
Was it 2000?
Yeah.
It had to be at least 2001 because it was either my junior or senior year. I'm almost positive of that.
I know
but
I was still in schools.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Jeremy Irons devouring whole sets.
Yeah. He had to have indigestion from all that scenery he was chewing.
Marlon Wayans was the best actor in that movie.
Jesus Christ.
He was. He just was. Like he put his all into that. Jeremy Irons was doing that for a fun paycheck. Marlon Wayans was trying to advance the idea of black people in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I guess so.
And of course he died early. Spoilers on the worst Dungeons and Dragons
and
movie.
then they turned into lights at the end.
Yeah, because their friends are waiting for it because they're going on to the next campaign.
But back to the actual watchable
Chris
D&D
Pine
movie.
is the lead in that.
Yeah,
one,
Chris
right?
Pine. He's basically a bard. They get themselves a druid. They get themselves a sorcerer. They get themselves a barbarian. And they get themselves a little quest. It's kind of basically fantasy Guardians of the Galaxy.
That makes sense.
With not as much like heart.
That's
which
been
is
a
not
good comparison.
which is not a bad thing. It was a decent movie. I laughed. They did use a decent amount of practical effects. Like when they show a Dragonborn, it's a animatronic suit. Although when they show a Tabaxi, it's an animatronic suit. When they show was the Aarakocra, I don't know if he was real or not.
They're
I think he
throwing all the things. At this.
They basically, it was like, let's do everything D&D that we possibly can. Let's just throw all the shit in. Like there was a lot of stuff. Like I don't know. I think some things would go over a lot of people's head if you've never played D&D. Like if you're just not familiar with it, you'd be like, what the fuck are they talking about? So that's one kind of. I will say though, with the practical stuff. You're not ever. They're going to do more of these because I think this did pretty well. But you're not ever going to have a Dragonborn in the party as long as they keep doing that because it does look awkward. Like the dude's just sitting there and he has to like move his mouth and shit. That's not conducive to actually having somebody in the party who's a Dragonborn. It's probably going to be mostly humans. Even the tiefling that they have only looks like a tiefling because they have the kind of horns and then a couple of times I saw a tail. For the longest, I was like, "Oh, this is a tiefling," and they're just not going to give this girl a tail. But she did have a tail. Yeah, it's a decent movie. It's watchable. Now, having said all of that, on principle, this movie fucking sucks, and I'll tell you why. Because at the end of our fucking movie, when the credits started rolling, people clapped, and I was like, "Fuck all of you! I hate this movie. This movie's fucking garbage. This did not deserve a clap." No movie in a movie theater deserves a fucking clap. These are probably the same fucking people who, when the plane lands, they all stand up and clap because they're pieces of shit. Like, what the fuck?
That is a bold take. Not the movie start. The people in the plane. Maybe they're just glad that the plane got on the ground.
People who clap when the plane lands are twats.
But maybe they're just really afraid to fly, and they got down on the ground like, okay, we're alive. Yeah, and it's just like
then don't fly.
What if they have to?
Stop being a twat.
What if they have to fly?
Then you got to get over your shit.
The only time I've seen clapping in a movie was when I saw The Mask in the early 90s.
What the fuck?
When the scene when the dog gets the mask and becomes Loki, everybody started clapping.
I clapped once in Endgame, literally once, and then realized what the fuck I was doing in Endgame when Captain America got Mjolnir. But then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? This is just a goddamn movie. And I hated myself.
You were swept up in the emotion of the moment.
Yeah. But like this movie did not, like there was no emotion with this movie to like, this was not something that, like, I don't even understand why. Like, I was like, what the fuck are you people talking about? This was a decent movie. This is not a clap-worthy movie. No movie is clap-worthy. I'm sorry. Like, don't clap at movies. Like,
and yet you clapped at Endgame.
And I'm talking shit about myself because I did that.
Maybe they were just happy that their culture was being represented. I mean, that would be the only thing I would monetize my culture.
Joy is so fleeting in this day and age. If you see something and it makes you happy enough to slap your hands and stomp your feet, do it. Just do
This
it.
was not like during a cool part of the movie. This was just the credits start rolling and people start.
See, I would have co-signed with you because of that.
I love that he's just, whenever I bring up something, he's always contrary about it. It's very fun.
No, this concerns me because I don't want you to be this kind of like stick in the mud motherfucker.
I'm not. This is not being a stick in the mud. This is not something that needs to be
Hey,
like.
Ethan, how's it going?
No, you
with.
shut the
Like-
fuck up, boy. You shut the fuck up right now. Grown old men are talking. Anyway,
God damn.
there you go.
You know, Jody, they're having their own little conversation over there.
If
We're
I could
gonna
do
discuss the grumpy old man comment also in just a little bit.
spoilers, but no, I just think if something catches you like that funny, like don't have any shame in that either. Like
No, like you can laugh at a movie. You can like if something cool happens, you can whoop at a movie. You can be dead silent in emotion in a movie like during Wakanda Forever. But I think if you clap at a movie, you're an asshole. I'm sorry. Like, calm your shit. It's just it's a D&D movie. Like, at the beginning it says made by Hasbro.
So-
like, what the fuck? Like,
so.
this is
Before I was rudely interrupted by the small boy, I was going to co-sign with you and to say that yes, probably Honor Among Thieves probably didn't deserve an end clap, but also consider that you were in a preview screening with a whole bunch of D&D nerds. That's probably why they did
a
that.
bunch of D&D assholes, apparently.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I also watched After Sun. It's a movie that was nominated for an Oscar. Also, Paul Mescal was nominated for Best Actor in it. It's pretty good.
Was that one of the foreign films too? Or
No,
am I
it wasn't
thinking-
foreign.
Okay.
It's really good. He's a young dad who's taking his daughter on a vacation, and there's a little bit more to it, but I don't want to like go into any more. It has a really good, like a really poignant last shot. That's really good. Ethan.
That's me. Okay. My pants are not moist this time.
Oh, we'll fix that right fucking now. Hang on. I'm breaking out the
Pause.
I'm bringing out the pants spray. Hang on.
The pants
I'm bringing out
spray.
pants spray.
No.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, like Jay last week, nothing exciting has happened except like I'm a year older now.
Hooray.
He went through a birthday.
I had my birthday last week.
How old are you
this past
now?
week. I am 22.
So
and
you
you're
were not
already having
born
adult-
when the D&D movie came out in 2000.
I'll probably not.
You're 22 and you're already having adult birthdays where you don't do shit for them.
I mean, I went out to eat with my siblings
Okay.
over to Logan's Roadhouse
Okay.
over in Gulfport.
It wasn't okay. Ethan, continue.
I don't think the last time I was there, I don't think they let you
No,
throw
no.
peanuts on the floor anymore.
No, they don't.
I was disappointed.
We weren't planning on going to Logan's.
Okay.
We were planning on going to Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, okay. Got turned around.
Did they not serve food?
No. They had food.
Oh, okay.
They had people. They had way too many people.
Oh, yeah.
A 2-hour wait.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's
no
why.
Christ.
Yeah,
with no reservation. You could
yeah.
not call ahead.
Well, yeah, with that many people waiting, I assume you wouldn't be able to because they were probably wanting to close at some point.
So
Is Texas Roadhouse still considered like a new enough thing to where people
No, remember,
just,
he went to Logan's Roadhouse. Not Texas Roadhouse.
He tried to
tried to
go
go to
he
Texas
tried to go to
Roadhouse.
Texas.
That's what I'm
okay,
talking
okay,
about.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
And
like
it's funny because they're like within like
They're right across the street.
200 yards of each other.
yes. And so as we're like waiting outside, Bianca says, "Why don't you call Logan's and see if they have if you could like reserve a table?" I called them and they said, "Doesn't look like we have a waiting period. You could just come on in." And I'm like, "Okay."
That's because everybody was at
Christ.
Texas
Was that
Roadhouse.
Texas
Everybody was at
Roadhouse?
Texas
everyone was
Roadhouse.
at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Everybody took a right at the homeless person instead of a left. Left instead of right. I'm
Like,
sorry.
you
I
see that
apologize.
line over there with all the people? Let's go there.
Yeah. Yeah. Logan's Roadhouse is fine. I've never ate at Texas Roadhouse. I would like to. I've heard good things about it.
It's pretty fucking exceptional.
Okay.
When I did the Transformers movie like 2 years ago when it was playing over at the Fathom events over in Gulfport.
Yeah.
I needed to get like some just quick dinner and then get out. Bunch of places still didn't have dining rooms open because of COVID. Texas Roadhouse did. It's like,
Yeah.
and I told the server, "Ma'am, I apologize for this. I know y'all might have can y'all like speed it up because I've got like 20 minutes to get to the theater before this movie starts." They had me seated, served, and out the door in 19 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I asked him for medium rare. Like everything was cooked to perfection.
Oh, okay.
Everything was cooked to my specification. The food was great. That little like loaf
Go
of
into
wheat bread.
exceptional detail so that Ethan knows what he missed.
Yes. he
No.
goes,
I love Texas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone should. The Texas Roadhouse in Gulfport, Mississippi, A+, 10 out of 10, 100%. They had their wheat roll that you get there is like
Phenomenal.
is like the older brother wheat roll to the yeast rolls at O'Charlie's. They're
damn.
fucking amazing,
Okay.
super amazing.
So good. The only complaint I have about Texas Roadhouse is you can't call ahead and ask for a table.
Yeah, because
yeah,
they're just
they're
always
Because
there.
of how
Slammed.
popular it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, I will say I missed a phenomenal opportunity at Logan's because they have like the draft beer menu. I could have gotten a 22 ounce mug for my 22nd birthday. I missed the opportunity.
Oh,
Did they at least notify you of that?
No. It's like after like we placed my order.
Fuck you, Logan's Roadhouse.
That's an asshole thing to do to somebody.
You're like the
No, it wasn't even that. Like I was staring at the beer menu, and I was like, "Oh, let me flip it over." I didn't even know there were more options. Ah, shit. Yeah, I didn't read the entire menu.
well. Hopefully they have a 23 ounce mug later.
yeah.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe
in a year.
Texas will have a 23 ounce.
They probably do.
the whole state of Texas.
You need to like get in line now at Texas Roadhouse, and by the time it's your birthday,
they
you will
have
have a seat.
They have-
probably.
They have ounces of mugs for every year you have left in you.
Yeah.
And it's like they're the Ethan mug collection
Yeah.
that you don't even know about at Texas
It's
Roadhouse.
like going to the DMV and there already being people inside before they open.
Yes. Oh. Yeah.
I believe those people are always there. Still wait. I think those are like ghosts that you can
Trade
just see.
secret. Nowadays you can up to like 2.5 weeks. You can schedule a time to go,
And they will take you immediately.
and they will take you
The
immediately.
place they had, there's only
Not
one
me.
place like locally that I think you can do it now. But anyway, went in there and was in and out in 20 minutes, and there was 40 people inside because they've gotten their efficiency down. So
Wow.
Like this past time when I had to renew my license, I made an appointment like a week or a week and a half in advance. I was still waiting outside in my vehicle for a good hour and a half.
holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
God.
Me and waiting
Where was that
periods
at?
do not-
Because I don't want to go there.
Me and waiting periods do not go together.
Because
Yeah, because everybody else really
next
loves
year I'm gonna I know it because it's every election year I have to renew mine. So
go online if you haven't done it last time and renew for 8 years online. If you renew online for 8 years or 4 years, but it's like every other time you renew, you have to go inside. So if you like go online at least like the month before it's due, you can renew online for like 8 years for $50 and not have to fucking go to the DMV.
Yeah.
I've always had issues when trying to do it like online, or I remember one time I went to the kiosk at the courthouse in Gulfport and had issues with my address that I usually have to go in for.
Gotcha.
That's usually why I have to go in.
Thank you for civics time with Travelers on the Omnibus.
Yeah.
Real life skills.
That just leaves Jody, I believe.
Oh shit. Okay, so just for
If you
any
were British, would you be Geordie?
LaForge?
More like
So-
Pock.
Oh, okay. Geordie Pock?
Yeah, because he's a Geordie
Oh.
from Geordie Shore.
Oh. So, for anyone that's in Ethan's age
We
bracket
all
or
definitely
younger,
got that reference.
so
they're
the
not
Garbage Pail Kids came out in 1986 as a sticker collection from Topps
you.
Trading Company, based off of the Coleco toy Cabbage Patch dolls. All right, so what I've been doing lately, well, I've been watching a lot of movies lately. In fact, I subbed to a lot of free trials so I could watch some stuff through Prime. Because most of these services will have like 2 or 3 movies on them or whatever, and so I rewatched Pumpkinhead. I hadn't watched that one in a long time. It holds up, really good folk horror kind of stuff.
The costume's great,
I need
and
to
Lance
watch that
Henriksen
one.
is at the top of the game.
Yeah, Lance Hendrickson.
I do it myself.
Yeah.
I do it and die all the sooner.
Man, that the lady that got to play the witch in that, fucking awesome. Just really believable.
Or when he says "God damn you" and you go, he already has.
He already has.
He already has.
And then I was like, I'm doing some prelim work for another episode of Fearology, and so I'm watching all the Night and Return of the Living Dead movies.
Ooh, I have the Criterion Collection for Night of the Living Dead.
And I watched the second.
Get my hipster cred up.
I watched the second Return of the Living Dead. I don't know if you've seen that one or it's been a while. I actually had this conversation on the way up here with Jay. That movie is terrible.
Oh.
So you remember the original Return of the Living Dead with the Tar Man and all that? Well, the Tar Man makes an appearance again because this movie is sort of a remake of the first film. And he's there for a hot minute. But you remember the two bumbling buffoons that get like gassed and they wander into the mortuary, and the guy, they end up like, going into the crematorium or whatever. And you really only have about 5 minutes of those guys.
Yeah.
In the first movie, they're all up in this motherfucker just screaming because there's like 20-30 minutes of them having rigor mortis. So I'm under the assumption that they had like 30 pages to work with on their script, and the rest of it's filler. In fact, the only interesting thing that happens in the movie is there's a bully that gets gassed. So you have like a 12-year-old zombie that doesn't look really like a zombie, just like a really mad kid with like, hair gel. So
if that had been a Lucio Fulci movie, that would have been way better.
Oh yeah,
and that kid would have gotten slaughtered.
Dude, there would have been like an acid wash over a dude's face. There would be like spiders biting people's faces off. They would have woken up. They would have been in hell. There would have been a priest with like making this woman like regurgitate all of her organs in an atomically correct fashion. So moving on.
Oh, are you planning on watching both the remake of Night of the Living Dead, like the one that was in, I think it was like the 90s or something?
I don't have to rewatch that one. I saw it like twice, and I pretty much have it, in my memory because it's not really that good.
I realized that the final girl in that one is the final girl that they added in the zombie expansion.
Oh,
like
okay.
The promo final girl.
She's
I was wondering like who this was because I'd never watched that one.
Right.
And I watched a thing where they showed like some clips of it.
That was played by Patricia Tallman.
Oh, okay.
I prefer that version, but the only reason why is that Tony Todd plays the male lead in that one. And
right.
Anytime Tony Todd's in a movie, like, thank you, Candyman. Thank you for everything.
I like the acting in it. The only two issues I have with that movie, which makes it worse to me than the original film, is that the female lead in the original movie was not, a badass chick, and she develops that. It's cool as its own thing. If it would have been called something else, I would have been 100% okay with it. And the social commentary that happens at the end of the original movie is completely different in the remake, because in the remake,
there's hardly any really in the
well, in the remake they made the character a zombie, so when that happens it doesn't have the same.
Again, they pulled there is no commentary. They're shooting him because he's dead,
right?
And they can notice that he's dead.
But the impact of that first movie, that was like so hard because of that happening.
And I will say, in fairness, to save us probably an email, George Romero has constantly said that like that wasn't his intention.
It just happened that way.
I feel like there's probably more of a chance of the intention was actually there. He just didn't think of it because that's just the way his brain works.
Right.
Because he is kind of because he has like a lot of progressive ideas in many of his movies, but he's constantly, like he says, like, oh, Dawn of the Dead didn't have that particular the consumerism thing that wasn't thought of, but I just think it's just the way his brain works. Right. Like he just goes to these places and he just doesn't see those connections because it's just his brain just works like that.
And then I watched X, that A24 horror movie about the group of 20-somethings going to a farmhouse and renting out a barn / cottage to film a porno in 1979. And wow, That movie's fucked up in the right kind of way. And you know what made me, like, I usually, like in horror movies, for example, like House of 1,000 Corpses or whatever, like modern, you know, kind of takes on that kind of genre of film where you have like the creepy family or whatever. Usually not really attached to characters, really, not for the most part. But in X, by the time they get to the stuff, when the stuff starts happening, I like almost all of the characters in the movie. Like, I really, you know, all of them seem like decent human beings for the most part.
Yeah.
With the exception of maybe one.
Yeah.
And so they all seem really cool. So when they start dying, I'm really sad.
Aww.
And I got kind of sad there. So the killers in that movie, whoa.
Yeah.
I saw it coming. I mean, that's obvious what's happening there, but it was still like, holy shit. They went hard.
Yeah. You need to watch Pearl. It's different. Don't go into it expecting X, and I think you'll like it a lot better. Damn, Mia Goth she probably should have been.
Mia Goth was in that, and so was what's the Ortega.
Mia Goth was in that twice. Did you know? She's Pearl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the old person.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, because there's a scene in the movie where she's filming the porno, and then she looks through the window and sees the old lady, but then it also like has her represented as the old lady while she's doing the cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I give again another quick shout out? I think I did last week to A24.
Yeah.
Easily driving some of the best creative films going on right now. I would talk about Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Whale, racking up at the Oscars.
They're the first studio to ever sweep the top categories.
That's sweet.
Speaking of that, I got one more movie to talk about. Speaking of A24, I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. Awesome.
Yeah.
Really amazing. Movie did make me cry.
Yeah.
I had water coming out of my eyes a couple of times during that.
Did the scene that you cry involve rocks?
That was pretty close, but just the whole conversation near the last 15 or 20 minutes, and I'm not going to say around what, but I'll say in the White Room. That time period was pretty hardcore. It kind of felt like kind of campy and hokey at first when he pulls out the umbrella, he's like, I'm not who you think I am and all that. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's amazing that Ke Quan did the thing where you just put your hand in front of your face and you change your expression. And it was like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome.
Right.
Like, it's that simple, basic fucking thing that we make fun of. And he makes it like, oh shit.
That was probably one of the best ways of explaining what a actual multiverse would be without any sort of like, bullshit techno babble that like not Star Trek would not bad, but they had techno babble. Marvel usually doesn't explain why there are multiverses or anything like that.
Yeah.
But the whole point, I think, what really hooked me in. And it's a minor spoiler, is when he explains to her that every decision you make or don't make is what starts different branches of reality to different universes. And I thought that was really cool and well written and well acted there.
I also like that they established those rules, and you could argue, like, if you put one minor with this, they do a lot of exposition in the first part. But I think that they break it up pretty well.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden they give you characters that are breaking these rules. So like they're doing things that when you think about the rules don't make sense in the rules, but then you realize, oh, they're just breaking those rules. Those rules don't exist for them. That's why they can do all of these things that these other people cannot do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking great movie. I'm so glad that it won the Oscar. I'm so glad that Michelle Yeoh and Ke Huy Quan have Oscars now. Jamie Lee Curtis
knocked it out of the park.
I appreciated in her acceptance speech the fact that she mentioned all the fans of all the genre stuff that she's done.
I think Stephanie Hsu was the stronger actress. I feel like Jamie Lee Curtis was kind of getting she did a really good job, and I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, but
she played the daughter, Stephanie Hsu, or
she was the daughter. But I feel like this was also like you've done a whole lot, so we're going to give you this as well. But it doesn't make it any less deserved. I just I would have liked her. I would have liked Angela Bassett to win that.
Right.
But they were really good with these categories because there was really not many people or movies in each of the categories where I was like, I really don't want this to win. Like I wouldn't have gotten mad at anybody winning best actor or best supporting actor or anything like that. Like there was a lot of good people that they chose.
It was also a good year for film. If you look at the Oscars legitimately, I think they got the nominations right for the most part. You can make an argument for who won the award, but I think the nominations is always the more important thing. Like I can't think of any giant snubs this year unless anybody's got something in their brain.
It could be. I've heard argument, and I haven't watched these movies, so I can't make a full hard argument that when it comes that The Woman King and Till got kind of snubbed. I've heard really good things about both of those movies, and they got no nominations. I think that there were a couple I don't think Avatar 2 was just in there because it was a James Cameron movie. That's the only reason it got nominated.
Yeah.
I think that's about, there's also a 0.25% of that is it's a Disney movie, and because it is a Disney movie now because of 20th Century Studios. I think them just pushing that in there, and the fact that, it's been in production for a decade.
Yeah. Elvis, I don't think need to be nominated. Austin Butler definitely should have been nominated for Best Actor because he was phenomenal in that role. But the movie around him was very basic. Besides whatever in fucking sanity Tom Hanks was doing.
I agree in the same way with Ana de Armas from Blonde. I don't
think she probably didn't need to be nominated.
No. I think she did a tremendous job. That film is outside of her is just fucking garbage.
Yeah. Which is really sad when something like that happens. And I've heard the lead act Viola Davis is Viola Davis, right?
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. I'm sorry. Dang. I apologize, Miss Davis. There was some arguments that she from Woman King and then the main character from Till deserved to be nominated for Best Actress, and they kind of got snubbed. It was all white dudes in the Best Director, so the Woman King and Till was also pulled out of that one. White dudes and then one Asian guy because of the Daniels. But it wasn't perfect, but it was really good for what the Oscars have usually done. We didn't have a Green Book, we didn't have a Coda, which nobody even remembers, probably even won last year. So it was pretty good. We ended up talking about the fucking Oscars anyway. Shit.
Yeah, no. It was good.
But Everything Everywhere All at Once is a really fucking good movie.
It's good.
It's got a lot of heart. It's the best picture. It won Best Picture, and it has a kung fu fight with people with butt plugs
in
their butts.
And it's a science fiction movie.
Right.
It's a very genre movie. I think though, studios are going to learn the wrong lesson from this movie. One, multiverses are just going to continue. They're just going to try and shove multiverses all over the place and everything. TV shows, movies, everything.
I think they were learning that worse from Marvel than they were from this.
That's
my opinion on that
this
one.
made more for a smaller movie. This made a shitload of money. Also, 5 people worked on the special effects for this movie. That is fucking amazing. To pull off the shit that they did is fucking amazing.
Yeah, because special effects were fucking on point.
And I think
special effects is usually 400 of the 405 names that are on there.
They're for a movie that's coming out 5 years from now. They're already Marvel is already working on the previs shit. The movie, all the Marvel movies that you like. When the directors come in, they just say, okay, you're doing everything but the action because the action's already been made. But yeah, where was that? Oh yeah, the other bad lesson that they're going to learn is that shit needs to be quirky just for quirky's sake. stuff is weird and quirky in this movie, but it has reasons behind it. Like everything that they do has, like, it's weird and it is kind of random, but it also kind of makes sense. So that's like, but they're gonna learn, because they always fucking learn the wrong lessons from this. But yeah. So we've completely hijacked what you were talking about, Jody.
It's all good.
So yeah. What's the next thing that we usually fucking do? Is it feedback? Is feedback the next thing?
I
don't pay attention to this.
First of all, thank you for being passengers.
Okay,
on the
we do
Omnibus
this thing
tonight.
first.
Yes, absolutely. But no, thank you very much for spending a little bit of your time with us. If you'd like to have friends who maybe not listen on the podcasting channels you listen to, we're on Spotify, Amazon, Google, and Apple. The new saga.
Yeah, I can finally listen to this easy now.
If you'd like to get in touch with us directly, travelers on the omnibus at gmail.com. Again, that is travelers, 1L on the omnibus at gmail.com. Jody, where else can they get in touch with us?
You can message us. You can message us directly on Spotify and take part in any polls if we have any.
Polls and
Cool.
and episode questions. And now, ladies and
We got
gentlemen,
an Instagram.
we do.
That
We have
Jay uploads stuff. I don't know anything about
Travelers on the
Instagram,
Omnibus.
so I'm assuming that's what you do on
Yeah,
Instagram is upload
I'm
stuff.
going to be uploading the tire that
Pictures,
we
I
do the
think. It's pictures,
Revelation
right?
of St. John on Ethan for.
Mhm.
So that's going to be pretty cool. Just to get everybody get a visual representation of what this young man had to go through last week. But
I'm sorry, Ethan.
ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special passenger feedback this week. It's passenger feedback. Ladies and gentlemen, now unaided and uninterrupted, Mr. Brady Davis.
Taking up a lot of airtime in this episode. So the first thing I know, Kevin had wrote in and said, "What was my beef?" My beef is with Top Gun Maverick. My beef is actually just on principle. When Top Gun Maverick was about to come out, there was basically a blitz of previews, and at that time I was going and watching a lot of movies that I really cared about. And I had to sit through that fucking Top Gun Maverick trailer every single time. Like, it was going, like, it would be like every other week I would go to the movie, because there was movies that I really wanted to see coming out. And I had to sit through that fucking trailer more times than I can fucking count. And I was just like, I don't give a shit. I don't have anything against the original Top Gun. Besides, like, I know about the memes. I've never even really like fully watched it, because it's just not a movie that I care about. Like, it wasn't a movie in my childhood that I really cared about. I think our brother, like, that was one of more of his movies that he liked. But besides just like some things from cultural osmosis, so I really didn't care, and I really I realized that it's a good movie. I've heard enough things about it being a good movie, and that's great. I don't think it saved movies like a lot of people are asking, because before this, in between the pandemic and now, there've been a lot of blockbuster movies that have made a shitload of money. But it's good, but it's just I didn't think it needed to be made. Like, I didn't need another Top Gun Maverick, and every time I had to watch this fucking trailer, I was just like, why do we need this? And maybe, but it's basically principle is why I'm not going to watch it. So that's the reason. I have nothing against you liking the movie. I've heard it's a good movie. I'm just never going to watch it, basically out of principle, because I'm a stubborn bastard. Yeah. Also, Kevin, I wanted to say this last week, but I wasn't here. If you are interested, the next time you come up here, if you want, because you mentioned the game Flick 'em Up to me, the game, the little like dexterity game. I'm trying to get rid of some games. If you want that game, I also have one of the expansions for it. Just let me know.
Stallion Canyon,
yeah, where you get to ride horses. Just let me know, and I'll when you're here, and I'll bring it, and you can just have it. I'm trying to get rid of some stuff. I have too many games. So yeah, there's that. Well, and the other thing was
Kennedy.
With the old with liking things. I really I was a little hurt because everybody was like, "Oh, Brady, he's the crotchety old man of the group," and I feel like I have put forth. I shit on Ethan, but I shit on Ethan because he's Ethan, not because he's young.
That's what I said.
We mentioned
young
that.
is the low hanging fruit. But but if I like you, I'm gonna we're gonna do things to shit on you. That's just how I do. Just Ask Gomez if you ever fucking see him, how many times I shit on him.
He is pretty much a unicorn now.
Yes. Shit, he's an idea of a unicorn. He's not even a unicorn anymore.
He is the fable himself.
He'll randomly like.
Wait, all
me.
unicorns are really just ideas of unicorns, right? I mean, they just
Don't ask a Scottish person that.
That is their national animal. That is true. That is a true statement.
But I used to be. I really don't like the idea of gatekeeping and nerd culture, geek culture. We were shit on for so long for the things that we don't like that we liked. I don't think it's fair to shit on people for trying to get into something. Like you want more people to like the thing that you like. You don't want less people because you don't need to treat the thing like a precious thing. And I think that I've tried. And if I haven't, let me know, please, because I've tried to cultivate a thing to where like I'm not going to shit on you for liking what you like. I despise fucking Shinedown. And I will let Ethan know, but I'm not going to say that Ethan's a piece of shit because he likes Shinedown.
You'll call me a piece of shit for other reasons.
Yes. There are a myriad reasons that I can call Ethan a piece of shit for what he likes or does not like is not, but yeah, I don't like gatekeeping. I feel really strongly about it every time I see it. The online bullshit. I'm like, just let people like what the fuck they like. If they don't like it enough that if they don't know enough about something like as you do, or they can't name 10 albums this band has done, like that's not that big of a deal. Like my daughter, she's gotten to where she likes wearing band t-shirts. I think that's the cool thing. I don't know for a fact if she like knows very much about Def Leppard or not. But I'm not going to shit on her for wearing a band t-shirt. If she just thinks it looks cool, that's fine. You don't have to name 10 Def Leppard songs to wear a Def Leppard band t-shirt. I'm sorry. And if you feel that way, like, go fuck yourself. So yeah, I try to not be the crotchety old man. Cause I've tried to be less cynical as I've gotten older, but if I'm not doing that, then please let me know. Cause that is not my intention. So yeah, I also like to think of, I've gotten to where I think of, and this is a very healthy way to think of it. When somebody says, oh, I haven't seen that, instead of going, oh God, you haven't seen that? What's wrong with you? Or you haven't heard of this band? You can go, oh shit, you haven't seen that. That means you get to see it with clear eyes. Like, that means you get to see it with no knowing anything. Like Ethan got to watch Psycho and Casablanca
and Barbarians
and the Barbarians
and heavy metal
and Mandy, not knowing shit about these movies,
and the Warriors technically,
and the Warriors,
yeah.
Without knowing anything, with some of this stuff, he didn't even get the cultural osmosis that I have. Like I don't think I'd ever watched the Warriors till then, but I knew enough about it from cultural osmosis. So he didn't even get that, and that's amazing. I would love to watch some of these movies like completely blind. Like when I first watched Psycho, I knew what the fuck was going to happen in Psycho because I just from the culture I had picked it up. But he got to hear that, he got to watch that movie not knowing shit about it, and that's amazing to me. And I think that's the better way of looking at things instead of like, oh God, you haven't watched this? What's wrong with you? Not everybody gets to watching everything. We only have so much fucking time. It's better to just be like, oh shit, that means you get to experience this anew. Like, I wish I could do that again. Like, I wish I could listen to these bands for the first time again. Like, but like, that's the way that you should that you should go about things. So yeah, I try not to be the crotchety old man. I can be very cynical. And sarcasm is my baseline, but I try to not shit on people for something that they like or don't like, or I might judge you, to be honest, but I'm not gonna constantly down you for that. So that's my I guess uninterrupted rant.
I have two postscripts to that.
Okay.
First, I was in 9th grade and I had an Orlando Magic t-shirt. And one of my bullies comes up to me and say, "Hey, name one person off the team." As Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, name another one. Okay. And so Penny Hardaway, Nick Anderson, Scott Stiles. I start naming names. Okay, whatever. And then he called me a sexual epithet and walked away. I think a lot of people who are bullies just want to just have something to hang their hat on just so that they can fuck with you.
Well, a lot of it comes with people who were bullied for liking this shit in the past, and now it's widely accepted, so they feel like there's something they're losing something.
Something's being taken away,
or somebody didn't earn quote unquote what they did.
I don't have the energy for any of that myself.
People can, if people just like. I hate the fucking prequels, but like if Ethan likes the prequels, like that's fine. Like fuck.
Yeah. I think bullying.
People like the newer movies, like they're shit, but like it's fine.
I think the focus of bullying now has gone away from targeting people in marginalized like weird groups to trying to keep people from joining, right? From demarginalizing the groups by trying to get more people.
I hate gatekeeping because it's like. You want your community, you want more people to be interested in the thing that I want to be able to talk to more people about this esoteric bullshit that I like, to talk about these fucking toys and these fucking cartoons. I don't want less people I don't want to just sit here diddling myself thinking about this bullshit. I want to actually be able to talk with other people and play these games and watch these movies and discuss these things with other fucking people. Like, I hate those fucking people who every single time that somebody, even the idea of like fake gamer girls, I'm like, what the fuck? It doesn't fucking matter. Just if they just like the aesthetic, it doesn't fucking matter to me. Because that means that this shit is becoming more widely accepted, and a lot of fucking people just don't understand that.
My second thing.
Yeah.
And it's very quick.
Go ahead.
You said you don't like being a crotchety old man, and yet you complained about people applauding a movie that brought them joy. That is crotchety old manism.
Yeah,
sir.
but that's because those people were twats.
There you go.
You also complain about people clapping when a plane lands.
Yeah, those people are mega twats.
Maybe they were just scared.
Those people think vanilla ice cream is too spicy.
What? Now you're just making a straw man.
That's not what that means. What the fuck are you talking?
You're creating a straw man that like applauds at movies and plane landings, and then also like
I was saying those specific things. That's not what a straw man means.
You're creating a straw man.
Just because you use the word constantly doesn't mean that that's actually what it means. Like, you're not using that correctly.
You're just piling things onto these people to make your argument, and it's a bad one. If you have joy, let it out. There's too much non-joy in the world.
So anyway, we're going to move on to our main topic. We're gonna
3, 2, break.
I was going to put it to a good breaking point, but then
then we'll keep this in because it's all awkward and shit.
Jesus Christ!
Welcome to Travelers on the Omnibus Plays. Tonight we will be playing the Cypher System. We will be playing in a setting that I've created, known as Welcome to Dystopia. It is a far future space opera / technobabble fun time in the future setting. So I'm going to briefly explain the Cypher System, and we will get into details as we play the game. That way we're not bogged down by rules, mechanics, and things of that nature. The Cypher System by Monty Cook. It's the same system they use in Numenera. It's fairly simple, with the exception of adjustments that your character may or may not be able to do depending on your skill levels. The way it works is the dice mechanics are 1d20 and 1d6. The d6 is for your recovery roll, which we will explain whenever we get to do that. And then the d20 is for all of your skill challenges. Challenge rating in this game is set from 1 to 10, and it's really easy to keep up with. All you have to do is modify that by ×3. So if it's a challenge rating 1, you have to roll 3 or better on the d20, and if it's a 2, you have to roll 6, so forth and so on. That's pretty much the dice mechanic, with the exception of, like I said, your abilities, and there are different mechanics in the game that you can use to adjust those numbers. Besides that, that's pretty much it. It's a very flexible system. I am going to be playing the role of several NPCs, and also instead of games master, I am the administrator for this one specific one shot that we are doing. So I'm going to go around the table and let everybody tell you who they are and what their character is and so forth. So, Brady Davis.
Hello, I'm Dirk Bloodhawk. I'm the manliest man that you've ever seen, and I've killed everything that I could see. That doesn't make any sense, but don't worry about that. We're just going to keep it rolling. I'm a badass. I got pockets and pouches everywhere because I got to hold bullets, even though my guns don't take bullets because they're laser pistols. And they look like the pistols from Escape from L.A., not Escape from New York, Escape from L.A., but they shoot lasers. Basically, he's like Cable from the 90s, where he's over encumbered with a whole bunch of bullshit, except that he's in a sci-fi setting. So that's Dirk Bloodhawk.
Jay.
Hello, I am Kostan Dropov. I am ship's chief engineer by skill, but by rank I am probably just a regular person. Fucking proletariat has failed me again. I will fix anything on the ship as is necessary.
Ethan.
Hello, I'm Bendo.
I'm sure you are.
Yes, I'm the only alien on this ship. I'm known as the Bagotsa. You want to weaponize something? I'm your man. Or alien, whatever you want.
Bendo, why don't you explain what you look like?
Can't you see with my 3 arms, my 2 legs, my 3 toes on each leg?
I like the part with the 2 legs. That was great.
I like the chronic sinus problem.
This is really creeping me out. Oh, I'm not feeling comfortable with this.
I see you have a nice
How about you get the fuck
pistol on
away
your side.
from me?
I'm keeping my distance, but I can't help but to admire your
How about
pistol.
you don't touch me?
How about I make you a pistol a bomb? Wouldn't you like that?
I don't want whatever
You're
you've
going
got.
to turn
I
his
think you
pistol
like
into a
that.
bomb. That is a very different type of weapon
That's not.
profile.
I like my pistols being my pistols.
Everything can be improved.
I am thoroughly convinced that we're all going to die. I might not.
This one's
though.
called fuck you, and this one's called pay me.
Pay you?
But don't get away from me.
It depends.
Arms length.
Apparently,
How many arms length?
Apparently, Yeezy got into weapons manufacturing in the 22nd century.
So in the 23rd century,
Okay.
the known galaxy of the Milky Way is run by a couple of minor and one major global / galaxy
Galactic.
global galactic corporations. The main one is the Parallel Singularity Corporation, which is usually involved in cryogenics and things of that nature, which brings 2 of the characters to light here because both Costa and Dirk Bloodhawk are both freshly unfrozen bodies and come out of cryo 200 years after they were put in cryo, so which explains a few things here and there. Also, the way currency works in this is that everyone owes the corporations money, just like it should be. Just like everyday life, we're always in debt. So if any of the characters die, the other characters that are still alive accumulate that debt, which I think is hilarious. So we will be on a starship, which is docked to a space station that is orbiting Mars. Mars is currently inhabited by mostly human miners who mine for obsidian, red obsidian that the Military United, which is another corporation that uses that for fuel and for weapon production. And so these fellas are going to be on a ship that is pretty much like just always barely holding together, that has been nicknamed the Dystopia 1 by the other crew members, but it's up to you if you want to name the ship something else.
Unless it helps me kill better, I don't care what name it has.
I would like to name it New Kiev.
New Kiev.
New Kiev. Yes.
Am I allowed to weaponize New Kiev?
We're already taking care of that. Don't worry about
I
that.
think you have a problem. You might need to see somebody
I don't
about
have a
that.
problem.
Okay. All right.
I just need to find a solution.
For political reasons, we're calling it Dystopia 1.
This is perfectly acceptable.
Oh, yeah. All right. So you all have your own individual goals and jobs on the ship, I'm assuming. Dirk, are you a bounty hunter at all, Dirk?
I'm whatever I need to be to kill.
Sounds pretty close. Either you're hunting somebody or they're hunting you, or both.
He's watched the movie The Menu. He's a
Porque
chef
no
now.
los dos.
Your Kiro Taco Bell.
Gracias.
Un bocadillo de jamón y queso. That's me doing
Gesundheit.
my Spanish and my Ukrainian.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Crossing it over.
Yes.
So you're a cargo ship, by the way. And
Where does the car go?
Just tell me what needs to be shot.
off the rails before we get started. I love it.
Yep.
We're on their spaceship. There are no rails. That would
Where
be
we're going, we
that
don't
would-
need rails.
He is Doc Brown if he was constipated.
I'm dying.
I'm not constipated. This is just how I talk.
Got it. I bet you if you go to the bathroom right now, you'd be like, "Hey guys, I am now regular person."
All
Why
right.
would I be talking in your accent?
So
Because that's what the regular people talk like. Like what? I don't know what you're referencing here.
this is the welcome to the Quentin Tarantino version of this game, where the characters just talk about things
I
over.
wish to be Mr. Blunt.
Yes.
Yes, of
Do you
course.
know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France?
Le quarter pounder
quarter
with
pounder with
cheese.
cheese.
No, a royale with cheese because they ain't got the because they got the metric system. Get a little macho man in this.
It's going to become
It's
the
hard
Macho
to
Man before the
constantly
end.
talk in clenched teeth and
Right.
not get to macho man.
Right. Welcome to the Dystopia 1. I'm the computer, the XR9 8000. The 9000 is currently being worked on.
So they just plugged you back in? What the hell?
I thought I unplugged that.
No, stop unplugging things. We had the problem with the
I need
microwave.
to- I
last
need-
time.
the
Firmware
outlets.
update.
We
We have to cross over from Linux. Bendo.
Yes.
I like the little penguin.
Where is Clippy? What have you done with Clippy?
Clippy has
It
been
looks like you need help on this
deleted.
I
I
see
didn't
you
know
are
there was a
trying to
document
construct a
with my
weapon
name.
there. Do you want some tips?
Weapons? Where?
So Bendo,
Yes.
what are you doing currently on the ship?
I'm talking with the miners, seeing if I can gather resources to make.
You
more
need to see if they're
weapons.
going to antibiotics.
There's nothing wrong with me. There's
Got the
something wrong with
drip.
you.
You got the drip. And maybe not the cocaine drip from an excellent movie, Cocaine Bear.
So-
Now
How'd you
in
know about my
theaters.
chip?
So you want to talk to a character that's not here?
Yes.
Okay. Because Holder, poor Holder, he was going to play in this game, but
I
he
need my
had to be.
resources.
You need your resources. So you're trying to find resources.
Yes.
Holder's character is asleep.
Yes, yes.
He might wake up for next week.
I take his resources.
And by miners, he means people who mine for ore.
The ones with the
M-I-N-E-R-S.
pickaxes.
Yeah. Let's be a
the-
little bit more specific because the voice
Yeah,
you're doing,
especially in
the
that
voice you're
voice, you
doing
need to be
is-
very specific.
way
But-
too much.
break-
I want
but-
to. I
See, that
want to
one
talk
wasn't my
to the
fault.
people with the pickaxes. I
Oh.
need their resources.
All right. Well, there happens to be a couple
I don't
of
like the way you say resources.
there happens
I
to be a
need
couple
their
of
resources.
Makes me very uncomfortable.
of characters
make a lot of people
unloading
uncomfortable, sir.
unloading some ore for your ship for cargo for travels. The couple of burly guys just hanging out.
I walk up behind them and say, like tap on one of them on the shoulder. Tick, tick, tick. Hey fellas.
Are they made of ceramic? What the fuck?
So let me see your character sheet so I can turn it into an NPC.
I thought you were going to turn it into a ball of paper and then throw it across the room.
Let me rip it
Well,
into.
let's just do this.
Bendo would have been really sad.
Yeah, we worked a whole 15 minutes on your character.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right. So you tap on this guy's shoulder. He turns around. He's completely startled by your appearance and punches you in the face.
Ow.
Can I help you, ma'am or sir or whatever the fuck you are?
Bendo.
Excuse me? I'm not bending over for you.
No. Me Bendo.
You bendo?
Me Bendo, yes.
Me mad. What the fuck do you want?
Me was wondering if I could possibly acquire some resources from you to produce some weapons for the ship.
Weapons for the ship.
Yes.
How?
Oh, I can make weapons.
No, how are you going to pay me?
Oh, what do you need? What do you want? Weapons?
I want you to go the fuck away.
Then can I get the resources?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Come back in about 15 minutes.
you got it.
All right, we'll hold on to Ethan's
Kind of
character.
want some weapons from this guy, but I feel like they're all going to be sticky.
They're going to be covered in mucuses. And not just his. Don't ask.
Dirk, what are you doing right now?
I'm polishing my weapons, and that's
Okay.
not a euphemism.
All right, there we go. There we go. Just being ready.
Yeah.
Just being ready.
I'm always ready to kill.
I love it. All right. Costa.
I'm
Watch this
doing-
not. There's no combat in this, and that my guy is just impotent the entire time.
I will arrange time for you to shoot holes in the hull so that I can fix them so that I may have something to do as
Well,
well.
yeah, we're getting to it.
I'm doing my annual, quarterly, weekly, daily walkthrough of the ship to see if everything is okay.
All right. All right. So you're walking around and you see that one of the turrets looks like it's one of the security turrets is kind of jammed, and it looks like it's wanting to come out of the wall, but it can't. And you don't want it to come out of the wall because it doesn't come out of the wall unless it's wanting to shoot something.
This is unacceptable.
All right.
This is
So
not within parameters.
I sympathize with that.
I need you to make me a roll.
Okay. I am trained in mechanical and technical engineering.
Awesome. Challenge rating is 3.
Good challenge. I need a 9 or better.
So, you said you're trained in.
Yes, mechanical and/or technical engineering.
So
as it
this is
applies.
mechanical. So since you're trained, it's going to lower that step by 1.
All right, I go from 9 to 6. I need
So-
a 6 on the dice.
6 on the dice, unless you want to expend effort from your pool.
That would take it to a 3. I will take my chances.
Okay.
Here,
So
early
6
on.
or better.
That is an 8.
That is an 8. All right. So you successfully repair or unclog whatever the fuck was going on with it, and
I break out the WD-40.
Yeah.
I go, psst,
You spray
and
the
then everything
WD-40.
is fine.
That turret was broken, just like me inside.
oh, like I'm broke inside. So
I will cut that song into this portion and then move on.
Jesus
back
Christ.
to Bendo. So
We're gonna get a
Bendo,
cease and desist.
Bendo, what are you
And
doing?
I'll comply.
It's been 15 minutes. What are you doing? Do you go back to the guys?
Yes, I go back up to the guys. However, I don't touch them.
It's a good idea.
I don't touch them. I make my presence known from afar first. Like as I'm approaching, I'm like, hello, fellows. I am here for my resources.
I've got your resources right here, and he punches you in the face.
You know, I part of me was expecting that.
Unfortunately, it wasn't my face.
I feel like he's always expecting to be punched. In the
Bendo, I
face.
need you to roll initiative. The initiative round is it's going to be the challenge rating is 4 because you're surprised.
Ah, I see.
So you could lower that by 1 step by expending like 3 points out of your speed pool for effort if you would like.
I would take my chances.
You take your chances.
That is a 4.
That is a 4.
This is
Yes.
a chance you should not have taken.
Probably
okay.
not.
So because you rolled so terribly, so that's basically a challenge rating 1 roll there for a challenge rating 4 roll. So you failed by 3 steps.
Yes.
GM intrusion. If you would like to stop it, you can pay me your 1 experience point that you have starting at the game to stop it from happening. I can explain to you what's going to happen, and you could stop it by paying me the experience point. You're still going to be in combat, though. So you see about 4 or 5 other guys with like pickaxes starting to kind of come around the corner to see what's going on. If you would like for them not to show up and involve themselves in this combat, you can give me the experience point.
I'm afraid that the ones with the pickaxes would see that I'm the opposition. I don't want that to happen. So I will give you my experience points.
Okay, so take your experience point off your paper. They are distracted by something else and decide not to intervene. They think the two toughs can handle it. All right, so you failed, so they get to go first. So you're going to be attacked with might. So you're going to be rolling against a might attack. You don't add anything unless you're trained in might defense. There are 3 defenses in the game: might, speed, and intellect defense. If you're not trained in any of those, you don't get any bonuses, and you don't get to spend any. Well, you can spend effort if you'd like, but you're still going to take damage if you spend effort or not in this situation if you get hit.
Yes.
So the challenge rating is going to be 3 or better on the dice. So you got to roll challenge rating 3, which means 9 or better on the dice. Okay.
Yes. That is an 8.
That is one less than you needed.
Okay.
I realize this.
All right. So you take 3 might damage to your might pool. Now, there are 2 of them, so now you got to do it again.
Things are not looking good for Bendo.
Don't worry. Everything will be okay.
This is
That is cocked.
defective die.
Stop rolling it on the carpet.
Find flat surface to roll
roll it
on.
roll it on the book.
That is an 18.
That is an 18. Okay, so you successfully dodge it with a minor effect of he is sort of dazed because you moved so quickly out of the way after that first hit that he hits his pickaxe into the floor. What would you like to do? You have 2 options.
I really don't feel like I'm well equipped, so I'm gonna scuttle away real fast.
You're gonna scuttle away. They're following you. We'll get back to you in a minute. Hello, I am the computer. This, the X1753-2. It's changing. You can tell the ship is really derelict and falling apart because they have several programs that are patched together to try and keep this thing running. Because you have to have AI in the future because it will control everything in the future. Hello, I am the computer. There is a scuffle happening in Wing Alpha 3. Apparently, the alien is being chased by miners from RPM.
I bet
My
you.
killing senses were tingling. I knew something was
I
happening.
bet you they used their pickaxe and put
I
a hole
wonder
in
why
shit.
those little kids are chasing that alien.
If you would like to opt the self-destruct sequence, it can be initiated now.
How about we not do that?
cancel self-destruct sequence? I will be heading over there to patch
Where's
hole in ship.
where is the fight? Where's the killing going on? Let me go there.
It is in wing A3. That is between wings A2 and A4.
I'll just let my killing senses lead me to it.
All right, cool. So since Jay's character Costa is so much tied as an engineer on the ship and has been here pretty much longer than anybody else, his character would know that he can access a terminal and pop one of the non-lethal defense mechanisms, which is
I don't know what that word means.
the helper bot. Would you like to initiate helper bot?
I begin to help her, but why am I even doing this? And I find keyboard on the wall because they always were there, and I start typing in sequences.
Challenge rating 2.
Challenge rating 2. Mechanical or technical engineering apply here.
Yes.
Okay, so 1, so I need a 3 or better.
Yes.
Let's roll a 1 and get everything a little spicy. That's a 12 though, so there we go.
Okay. All right. So you've initiated the helper bot, which will assist in Bendo's current situation, as well as Dirk Bloodhawk also going towards the scuffle as well. This will probably buy you some time if you also wanted to go towards that direction as well.
Yes, I'm heading over there now.
Which is pretty cool. All right, so basically, what's happening right now is Bendo is cornered in a corridor, but the helper bot is sort of helping, but also getting destroyed by the miners who are very aggravated right now. And then I'm gonna say that Brady's character Dirk shows up first. I'm gonna give you the option, without having to roll initiative, what you would like to do. These are supposed to be friendly miners that are bringing cargo and taking other cargo back. So that is entirely up to your character, though, and how you would like to handle it.
So I'm going to pull out one of my pistols and fire it straight in the air. I don't care what it hits.
Oh, great. Yet another hole that I have to
You said
patch
you
up.
wanted another hole to fix, so I gave you something.
I wanted one hole. They had provided.
That is,
now
that
we
is
have
an
a
extra.
2.
That is one extra hole.
All right.
That's just more. That means that you get paid.
Can we argue about the number of holes later,
Hey.
please?
No,
Weird.
no, we can't. Let's have a 15-minute discussion on the holes in the ship and what you've created. 15 minutes later. And that's what I immediately meant by that. Okay.
I still don't see your point.
That's okay. Why are you so bad about people clapping?
Now, I will also point out the fact that these are quote unquote friendly miners, but they have also destroyed ship equipment by destroying the robot.
Hey, if anybody's gonna kill this weird, creepy alien, it's gonna be me. Ain't no killing on this ship that happens without my say-so. So if anybody wants to go at it, there's still some killing to be done. I'll do it.
And much like a really bad Bethesda game, the NPC goes, "Fuck you, asshole!"
Oh, that was the wrong
Trying to
answer.
intimidate them, but apparently they don't want to be intimidated.
You can roll intimidation. You have intimidation?
I am specialized in intimidation.
All right,
intimidation,
so
sir.
they're already aggravated, so I'm going to say it's a challenge rating 4.
Okay.
So you apply, are you specialized in, you specialize in torture, right?
I'm specialized in intimidation.
Okay.
I'm definitely specialized in torture. I will be using that
So
later.
that's going to lower the count by 2.
Okay.
Which will make it challenge rating 2. If you would like to spend whatever the pool is out of that skill, I would assume it's intellect.
Yes.
You could spend 3 points out of intellect unless you're unless you
have an edge.
okay, and lower the challenge rating to a 1 if you would like to do that to make it.
We're gonna just try with a 2.
Okay, so 6 or better on the dice.
I missed my the thing that I was actually rolling in, and I rolled a 5. What the fuck?
You can re-roll that if you want to spend your experience point, but I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
Let me be good at the thing that I'm supposed to be good at. That's a 19.
That's a 19. All right, so tell me what you would like to happen here.
I want them to piss themselves and run away.
They piss themselves and run away.
That sounds good.
I go over to Robot's friend, but finish that.
Yeah.
I fire at the ground as they run away, so they move quick.
When you shoot the gun in the air, you scare them shitless, basically, by, just scowling at them, and they go, "Oh, shit, that's Dirk Bloodhawk, the bounty hunter. We should stay the fuck away from that guy. What do you want to do, Earl?" And he slaps the other guy in the face. He's like, "What are you doing? He'll kill you just by looking at you funny."
Well, basically, slapping in face is how they talk to one another. Like, that wasn't even him trying to hurt him. It was just they're trying to make conversation at this point.
Would Costa like to attempt to try and repair the robot?
Yes, this robot is
Okay.
friend.
All right, so the robot...
I named him Dimitri.
The robot is properly fucked. So we're going to say it's a challenge rating 5.
Okay.
So lower it
Mechanical
depending on what your
engineering-
skills are.
Mechanical engineering makes that 4. Let's try with a 12. Let's just throw it
Okay.
out there.
All right.
That is that's about as good as it gets. That's a 20.
A nat 20.
Yes.
Not only do you repair the robot, but the robot becomes sentient and now is a helper for you.
All right, your name is Dimitri. I need you to do 3 things for me.
Yes.
Open the door.
Yes.
Get on the floor.
Yes.
Walk the dinosaur.
Yes.
All right.
Boom,
very
boom,
good.
aka laka laka boom.
There you go. Very good.
All right.
Dimitri, you go. There's 3 extra
Now I need
holes.
you to whip, and
Yeah.
now you nay.
Yeah.
So now,
There's 3 holes in the ship.
yeah.
Dimitri. Get on those.
Real quick, I'm going to explain what assets are, and because Dimitri is an asset. So an asset will be able to assist you in challenges. So if he's with you when you do a technical challenge, he will lower the challenge rating by 1.
Very nice.
So that's what assets do.
This is how we do things on the ship.
All right. So currently you're still docked, but the computer is like, "We are about to depart in 24 hours for Europa, the moon of Jupiter."
We haven't even left Mars yet. Oh my god. There's
It
already
seems
3.
like a really long time
There-
to be announcing that we're about to depart.
There's already 3 holes on the ship. Hey, you bug alien weapon boy.
Yes.
Are
Where'd
you-
the third
are-
one come from?
Are
I
you
only
are
counted
you
2.
Are you okay?
Yes, I got hit once, but I should be fine.
What about your sinus infection?
Oh, no, that's naturally occurring.
No, no, it's not.
I still need to keep your arms linked
I
away
need you
from
to
me.
Again, how many arms?
I need you to go
As
to.
many as possible.
I need you to
Alright,
go
3
to.
arms, gotcha.
I need you to go to the med bay
Take
and
8
speak with
steps
ship's
back
doctor.
from me, please.
Dirk, thank
Please don't call me by my first name.
you. Sir, thank you.
That sounds better.
Alright,
Don't act like we're friends just because I saved you. I'm probably going to kill you later.
That's how he shows love.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
That's how he
I
shows
only have
love.
hatred and vengeance in my heart because of a deep, dark backstory that one day I might tell you.
He was a failed Andrew Tate cloning experiment.
All right, fuck you.
I didn't know, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Go to the sick bay.
No, I'm actually competent, so that's not possible.
Okay.
A failure with an Andrew Tate would produce a success. It is a vicious cycle.
the people with the pickaxes,
I respect women. I
were they
kill them
putting
just
the
like
resources in,
men.
like a bin or someplace.
Yeah, they left a box of
like-
obsidian gel.
I like how he's talking with God and we're just ignoring the fact.
Yeah.
just gotta like mosey on over there.
Okay.
real quick, pick up the box.
Okay. You've acquired 6 cylinders of red obsidian gel. It can be used for different things, such as energy sources, for laser-powered weapons. It makes them more powerful. You can also use it for crafting as well.
If any of y'all need some upgrades to weapons, meet me in my bunker.
I need you to go.
It's also worth negative 5,000 credits on your debt.
Again, meet me in my bunker if you want upgrades.
It's called a fucking bedroom. That's all we've got in the ship
I
is
call it
bedrooms.
my bunker,
We all have to shit in the same bathroom.
but I call it my bunker.
Hello, I'm the computer. There is
thank
currently
God.
a distress signal coming from the space station Alpha Centauri 17-5,
That's
which you are currently docked to.
That's not good.
Why do we name space stations after whole
It's
fucking
very,
star
it's
systems?
very arbitrary to me.
I don't
know.
understand this
I'm
anymore.
gonna run put this in my bunker. My bedroom real fast, and then I'll meet
Hey, AI thing. What's that? What's that distress signal saying?
Would you like for me to patch the distress signal through to the main ship's speaker system?
Yeah, why not? That seems very
Sure.
practicable. Why not? Let's do that.
Hello, I am Sagan of the Carl Sagan's 7. Currently, sorry to bother you. I know that you're not involved in the science team, but we recently had one of our alien zoo animals escape into one of our docks. It's really causing a lot of issues, and we would be able to pay you accordingly if you could possibly come down to the space station and either capture it or kill it because it's getting out of hand.
I know what my vote is.
we all know what your vote is.
You can really get rid of that. We will have an away team go to the station.
I'm gonna pull out Patricia and Bernadette, my 2 pistols,
Yes,
Both Peters.
yes.
and say,
No.
"Let's go get this."
All
I
right.
flip a switch that
But
allows
first,
me
I'm gonna
for-
go by my bedroom and get my quad shotgun
You know that could be upgraded.
with the laser
Yes.
guided sights.
It's a shotgun that shoots 4 shotguns. Don't ask how the emotion works. It
The
just does.
chainsaw launcher.
I flip the switch to the intercom and says, "And drop off to Captain.
Yes.
I have created the team. We are going down to handle the space giraffe that is loose on Alpha Centauri, blah, 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 blah. You have a very good day, sir. I shall return before the mission begins."
All right. That's all you had to do there. Real quick, Bendo, before we get started, would you like to craft something?
Yes.
Let's give your character something to do
Besides, be creepy.
besides be weird.
Yeah, and be beaten up for it.
What would you like to do? You can create a specialized laser bullet, or you can augment a scanner,
The rare lullet.
or you can craft a very unstable grenade.
Grenade option seems very appeasing to me.
All right, so the challenge rating is going to be 4.
Like, seriously, amoxicillin will just fix it. He needs to see shit
I have-
stuff there.
I'm trained in technology and tinkering.
You can use your regular, like, out of character
Maybe he
voice
has the
if you want
1% of germs that does it.
No,
It's up
Okay,
to you.
cool.
no, we're
Yeah, in character.
we're
Okay,
embracing this
Okay,
shit for as long
yeah,
as we
okay,
can.
keep going in character. I want you to not be able to speak tomorrow.
Yes.
All right,
I'm trained in technology and tinkering.
tinkering is going to be
And-
what happens here.
I love the emphasis on that
Okay.
shit.
So
great.
that brings it down to a challenge rating of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a 9, correct?
Yeah, and you can expend 3 intellect points out of your pool to lower it again.
You know, I think I will do it this time.
Okay.
Okay, so I need a 6 or better.
Yes,
That is an 8.
that is an 8. That is a 6 or better. All right, you have 2 gel grenades. The minor effect, if you roll like an 18 or a 19, you'll do extra damage. If you roll a nat 20, and of course if it passes Chandra, because nat 20 doesn't necessarily mean auto success in Cypher, but it probably will for us because we're like level 1, tier 1.
If we have to do challenge 7, I'm walking.
Yeah.
I'm straight up walking out.
Yeah,
of this
that would be 21 on the dice.
Doing the final kill myself.
It would probably affect an AoE area of a small area, which would probably entrap, your enemies, or could be your teammates as well if they're too close to it when it goes off.
I'm gonna get hit by a grenade.
Yeah. So flash forward. So we're near the area that you need to be in. So we're just gonna go ahead and say that because there's no reason to stretch that out.
In my head, the loose animal sounds like.
I'm gonna look at the little map display outside the docking bay to see where we're at and to see where we need to go.
No, I've got you, shoot boy. Come with me.
No, I want to look at the map.
You look at the map.
Maps are cool.
Here's portable map. Your only friend in the world is a map. I at least have Dimitri, the robot that I saved from
I've killed all
oblivion.
my friends.
Oh, but not your map.
Hey, weird guy, do you want to be my friend?
So you're
Okay.
So
I could be a friend to
you're
have great things.
Mission from God incoming.
you're met with one of the science officers. Hello, I am Gene Bradbury.
Hi, Gene.
He made the joke because you're clean, because you're hygiene. Ah!
Thanks, Bagota. Stay away from me. Your race is really creepy and weird. All right, so I turned Canadian. So currently, the alien species from the zoo that escaped from level 1095 is known as a guffin. Now, guffins are little, small, cute, not furry though, very lizard-like. Really big eyes, and their veins are on the outside of their eyes, which makes them really scary looking sometimes. But the problem with these things is if you don't get a hold of them quickly with some sort of like electro collar, which I have a couple of those for you in case you can like slap one on. If you can't, you might need to kill it because they self-replicate at a pretty fast pace. So they can clog the ship pretty bad, kind of like tribbles. But they can actually kill you. So, yeah. So that's what you got going on.
Do we have to go? Can we go straight to just the killing them? Because that's my vote.
I mean, we'd rather keep one of them alive. There might be more than one in there. We don't know.
This isn't an endangered species, is it? Because it might become extinct.
I'm sure there's still plenty on its original planet habitat.
Well,
but
as long as those little motherfuckers stay there.
You said that the animal's name is Guffin, correct?
yes.
Guffin, yes.
Do we know if it is of Irish or Scottish ancestry? Because if it is,
What is its coat of arms?
Because if it is, I will name it MacGuffin, and I will close up the joke.
It could sign up for that Scottish lord thing, and it could become a lord in
can
Scotland.
land.
Welcome. We are sponsored by
It just
established.
it just gets a square plot of land, a square foot plot.
Welcome
of
to
land.
establishedtitles.com. The ship.
Lord McGuffin.
Yeah,
This
so
is
I'm
the
going to head off
sponsor of
now,
this
and leave you guys to it.
Why don't you go drink more Labatt?
I prefer Canadian whiskey.
Maybe some St. Pauli's girl.
I think we have a Tim Hortons on the ship somewhere.
Ooh, I wanna.
Wait, Tim
I
Hortons
want a
survived
maple-
the fucking
I want a
corporate
maple
wars.
donut.
Tim Hortons was the only thing that survived the
Jesus
corporate
Christ,
war.
this is
All
actually
thing-
really hard on my voice.
Yeah.
All
I'm
things
gonna
are
feel like
All
shit in
things
the
are
morning.
Tim Hortons.
all things are Tim. Welcome to Tim Hortons and Drama the Galaxy's space station.
Yeah, it's
All
like
right.
in Demolition Man. It's not Taco Bell that
All
took
things
over.
are
It's
Taco
Tim
Bell.
Hortons.
Okay, everyone has their shock collars for this thing.
You each have a
I
shot
have
collar.
my pistol.
You each have a shot collar in case you want to use it.
I have a shot collar in one hand, a pistol in the other, and a wrench in my third.
As soon as he walks away, I just throw away my
Hell yeah.
my shot
Hell
collar.
yeah. Fuck this shit. I don't need it.
I deftly grab it. It is the one cool thing I will do in this whole mission.
All right, so let me know whenever you guys walk through the door.
Do we walk through like Reservoir Dogs or one at a time?
Whatever's the coolest.
Reservoir Dogs. We go in like Reservoir Dogs.
All right, some obscure 60s music plays in the background.
Down, down, down.
Stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Stuck in the middle with. That's the only part we were allowed to have.
Yeah. All right. So you're in this cargo hold. There are crates everywhere, and you see like movement, but you're gonna have to move in a little bit closer to actually get.
I immediately fire a shot.
All right.
There is a light switch. Why are you?
You fire a shot. All right. So I need you to roll. So the challenge rating is going to be 6 because you just fired a random shot.
Yes. I saw movement. What else was I supposed to do?
I'm going to need an 18 or better on the dice.
His vision is based on movement.
All of our vision's based on movement.
His guns are T-Rex.
You're trained, so it's going to lower it by 1 because you are trained in your weapon.
So you need 15 or better.
15 or better.
14.
Man, you rolled a 14. That sucks.
Damn.
Such is the way of the world.
You shoot, and it almost hits a fucking oxygen tank, but it like kind of skips off to the side and just hits a cargo hold, and you hear.
I almost got the little bastard.
We're supposed to try to get a life.
Y'all are supposed to try and catch
No,
him.
I know.
I have one mission on this world, and it's to take something's life.
Yes. Hey, you, flock of seagulls. I need you to go over there and take care of it.
Does this thing look like a bitch?
I don't know. I don't see it yet. Wait, this is my voice.
It'll be okay if I accidentally shoot him right when he's trying to go for it.
Accidental?
Okay, I got
We'll
my wrench
call
in one
it
hand.
that.
I got
a
my
wrench.
collar in the other.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I go forward to where he was shooting earlier.
Okay.
I'm walking, keeping my eye out.
Do you have a?
The funny thing is, I'm probably the only person fast enough to actually catch this thing, and I'm going to
Probably.
refuse to do that.
Probably.
So do you have any sort of tracking skills? I don't think you do you?
No,
Okay.
using my own sights.
All right. So I need you. I need you to make a roll for tracking. You have no skill,
Negative.
so it's going to be a challenge rating.
To do this, and
Challenge rating 6.
Yeah.
Challenge rating 6.
Yeah.
Ooh, that don't sound good.
You can burn 3 points out of your intellect pool to.
Intellect.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Right now, you need 18.
Right now, you need an 18 on the dice.
I'll burn 3 to bump it down to 15.
Now
Okay.
it's 15.
Who knows? I might get lucky. Who knows?
Who knows?
This is the wrong time to think about sex.
That's not what I needed.
That was a 2.
All
I
right.
want everyone to remember that.
So.
Yes.
Okay. GM intrusion. There are currently 6 of them that pop over the crate that you're right next to, and they leap all on top of you. We're in combat, so I need everybody to roll initiative. However, it's going to be a high initiative challenge because now you're surprised. So it's going to be a challenge rating 6 for initiative.
As they pop out and they jump on me, I'm like, I found them!
You did find them.
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
I think you also rolled a 14.
Okay.
No.
No. All right.
What
So
did he rolled
I
less
rolled
than
a 3.
That is, you are hitting these single numbers so well.
He might get lucky, and they'll eat him before we get
All
to
right.
shoot him.
all right.
And then they would be slower and lethargic.
Yes.
So-
they would get the itis.
I will say, I hope I don't die for you guys' sake.
So
I
so
don't
there are
want your debt to go
5.
in- to go
You're
further.
saying that as calmly as you possibly can.
All
I
right,
appreciate
so there
that.
are 5. So for the listeners at home, check this out. So, Ethan, you're being attacked by a guffin. It is a really weird looking lizard thing with really big eyeballs and little whips coming out of its head. So they are attacking you with speed. So I need you to make a speed defense roll. The challenge rating is 3. So you got to roll 9 or better on the dice.
Can I burn 3 points of my speed pool?
You can.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So I get a 6 or better.
6 or better.
He even
Damn it.
rolls creepy.
That is a 20.
That is a 20. All right, so that's really good for you for multiple reasons. All right, so you dodge. I'm gonna say that you're dodging the first one, and it's gonna leave that guy stunned because of how fast you moved out of the way. And you're also gonna dodge the next 2 that were gonna attack you. So now I just need you to do that 2 more times. Challenge rating 3.
All right, gotcha.
He moves in a grossly fluid way.
That's a 10.
It's probably from
You
the gross
pass.
fluids that are coming out of
alright.
him.
I would say
Now,
so.
Last one. That's an 11.
All right, so you managed to dodge 5 of these things attacking you at one time, using, I guess, your third arm to like
I'm
cartwheel
awed and
away.
disgusted at the same time.
He's like El Hijo del Viquino.
So, Bendo, I'll allow you to. Well, whoever wants to act first. I'm assuming he's going to act first, though, since he's right. They're almost on top of him.
All right. So in the hand I have the collar in. I'm gonna put it on the one that originally stunned.
You still have to roll for that. So you don't have animal training, which is a skill. So it's going to be a challenge rating 3 or better.
3 or better. Gotcha.
Unless you want to spend 3 out of your pool for your effort. Okay, so
Yeah. That's a 12.
that's 12. All right, so you have one collared, so it's out of combat for the rest of the combat. It's out. So you have one collared.
Okay.
So mission success
All right. We
on
got
that.
the one.
All right, so you got the one. That was your action.
Cool. That means we get to kill the rest.
That was your action for this round. Okay.
Good. Okay. Cool.
All right. So either one of you guys.
I will let Gunman go because he is frothing at the bit.
Gunman, challenge rating 3.
All right.
As I put the collar on, I've used my free third hand to put thumbs up in the air to give them the single.
But you
I don't
don't
want to shoot that thumb off.
But you don't have thumbs. We
Yeah,
never
but-
we never established he had thumbs.
That's true.
I'm just
The
saying.
fourth finger of my hand is a thumb.
And it is also flip off finger. Don't ask how it works. It just does.
That's the third.
All right, so it's challenge rating 3, Brady.
I get to dual wield, so I'm gonna shoot 2 of them.
Hell yeah. You're also trained.
Trained, yeah.
So it's going to be a challenge rating 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's shoot one of these. That's a 15.
Yeah. Tell me how you kill it.
Pop one right between its weird little eyes.
It splits right down the middle of its eyes.
Yeah.
Laser burns right through and melts half of its brain, and it screeches out in horror.
I like the sound when it dies. Let me shoot the other one. That's an 11.
That's a success. It's not dead, but it's hurt.
I shoot it in the leg. I want to
Awesome.
kill this one close.
All right, that's your action for the round. All right, Costa.
I approach one with color and I attempt to also color.
Okay. All right. Make the roll.
It's speed, right?
Yep.
All right, I will spend. I have 1 edge in speed. Give me an idea of what it does.
So
for me.
Edge is going to make the cost 2 instead of 3 for this one time that you're applying the task. If you were trying to collar it again, you wouldn't be able to use it.
Okay,
but it's
so
for-
it's an expenditure much like that.
Right, right. It's there always, but you can only use it for one task once in a round, basically.
I'm applying edge here.
Okay.
So to only spend 2.
2.
I need 6 or better. That is exactly a 6.
Okay.
These are positive changes.
All right. So you have 2 collared out of 6. Well, out of 5, I should say.
No.
So we have
Out
2.
of 5, and then the grease stain on the walls.
Out of 5, one of them is dead, one of them is injured, and one of them is completely fine. The one so it's my turn. The one that's injured is going to limp a little bit away. The one that's dead is dead. And then the one that's completely healthy, that's free, is going to attempt to scamper off into the corner away from the combat area. All right, so we're gonna run it back to you guys since we've handled that pretty well. Dirk, would you like to try and shoot that guy before he runs off?
Yeah, of course.
All right. You got the wounded one and him. So if you want to dual wield again, it's up to you.
We're gonna shoot the one that's running away first.
Okay, good idea.
That's an 11.
That's an 11. That hits. He's taken 2 points of damage. You can shoot him again if you want, because I think you're.
No, I want to shoot the one that I already shot again.
Okay, all right.
That's a 2. That's not good.
That is not good.
How did I miss the one that's limping away?
You're overconfident.
You only missed it by technically 1 step. So nothing really bad happens, even though you rolled a 2.
Because as I was shooting this one, I did a no-look shot to this one.
Costa.
Okay, the shock color that I definitely got from him as he threw it away, but I will try to color one more.
All right, go for
I
it.
will again spend speed, but this time I'm spending 3 because I have no edge to pull from.
So you're attempting to collar the wounded one.
Yes.
Okay.
Would that be easier?
The wounded
also?
one or the wounded one 2? Because
The one that you try to shoot while it was running away is further away. There's one closer to you, and yes, it would lower it.
Okay,
by,
so normally it'd be a 3, so now it's a 2 because of that, and
Right.
so I need a 3 or better.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I get this. 16. It is literally dangling off the edge. Of that.
yeah, I see that.
I have hopefully completed the great work.
Because you rolled so well, I'm going to say not only did you collar that one, but you were able to snap the other 2 up that are collared, so you've got all 3 of them with you
All right.
as well. There's still one in the corner. Bendo, what are you doing?
Unfortunately, we don't have any more collars.
Uh-huh.
I pull out my handcrafted laser pistol. I take aim.
Okay. All right.
Pretty amazing.
Roll.
Okay, challenge 3.
Yep.
I'm trained in light weapons. Will that bring it down?
Yep.
All right, so 2. I need a 6 or better.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7.
That is a 7. All right. So you shoot him. He is still wounded, but pretty close to dead.
I thought that was gonna do the job. Damn it.
You hear a really, like, I don't know if it's not really scary or creepy or whatever, but you just hear like, kind of like a cat dying noise, and that's it. Unless you want to go investigate.
Perhaps the shock of being shot several times and then being forced to like deal with you for 5 seconds.
Mhm.
Point to my 3-armed friend.
Mhm.
I'm just going to take these 3. It's like, here you go.
All right, so you're walking away.
Yes.
Who else is walking away?
We don't have any more collars.
I'm a ship's engineer, not the station.
No, I
engineer.
understand.
The rest can be handled by them. Never.
I'm gonna walk up to the one that's wounded. You were a worthy opponent, and just step on it.
You go to step on it, the one that's left, basically.
Yeah.
As you go to step on it, it literally splits into 2 of them.
Fuck.
That's what you
I didn't
get.
know they could do that.
That's what you get. I've got the 3 here.
Yeah, you're in the hallway now, right?
I know, but I am prescient of all things that are funny.
So, seeing how they split apart, there's more than one now.
Yeah, now we're back up to 2.
That is how math works.
Yes. I'm now gonna pull out my handcrafted wrench,
Okay.
my oversized wrench.
Okay.
I'm gonna come up to it.
Roll the die. Ethan is making hand motions for anybody listening.
Christ.
And the hand motion wasn't exactly a bash thing. It was
Or
more
rolling
of
the
a-
dice. Roll the dice.
It was more a massage thing.
Oh no, that was a 3.
If you get them at the you.
That was a 3.
Okay.
I missed.
You miss, and you almost like slap your face with it.
Leave the killing to the experts.
All
You're
right,
right.
Dirk. Go ahead.
Considering the
Almost
one that
shoot
has
one.
now made 2 of them, that's good.
That's a 9.
That hits.
It's very good.
All right, so we have a hit on that one. Let's see. All right, so I need you both to make a speed defense roll. Challenge rating's 3.
I am trained in that.
Cool.
Damn it. I rolled an 8.
I rolled a 4.
So you both got hit, right?
Yes.
All right. So as you're swinging your
Wrench.
wrench down, and as you're misfiring, both of these guffins shoot these little needle spikes into your necks,
That's probably not good.
and
Ow.
you're currently poisoned. And the challenge rating to hit and defend against them has been increased by 1.
Damn.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel good.
All right. So, it is now your turn to act.
I'm gonna do what I came to do. I'm gonna shoot again.
All right.
So it's a 6 or better on the die, right?
It was a challenge
the
rating
base.
3. Now it's a challenge rating 4, which if you didn't have any adjustments would be 12 on the die.
12 on the die.
And he has had the one from the weapons he's been using, so it'd go down and back to 9. if I'm
Mhm.
correct.
It would go back. It would go to 9
All right.
on the dice if you
That's-
don't do anything.
That's still a 60% chance, sir. That's
Mhm.
good.
I'm gonna spend 2 in speed.
They have low hit points, but 1 hit doesn't kill them unless it's a really good one. So that is a 5.
That is a 5.
We'll get back to you in a second. Ethan, what are you doing?
I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to hit it again with my wrench.
Okay, go for it.
12 or better.
12 or better.
This is what happens when we don't have any more collars.
Mm-hmm.
This is might, correct?
Speed.
Speed. Ooh. I'm good on 3.
Okay.
You need 9 or better, I believe now.
That is correct, Costa. That is a 19.
That is a 19. All right. So with the 19, that's a minor effect. You can add 2 points of damage if you'd like to your attack, which would make your attack 4 points instead of 2.
I thought the medium melee weapon was already 4 damage.
Oh, is that a medium? Okay, so you can increase your damage to 6 points then.
Yes.
Okay.
6.
All right. So you splat that one. It's dead.
All for the low price of
6.
All right. Dirk, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna quick draw. I'm gonna use some more of my speed and fire again. And that's a 9. I don't like rolling in this thing. It sucks.
I like it because it extends the roll, and then you never know what you're going to end up on. But I think you had it. I think you had it as a 9. So
you
yes,
succeeded at a 9.
Yes.
I want to do better than that, though.
You successfully kill it. All right. So the guffins are corralled / mutilated.
Just the way I like it.
We met our goal. At least.
So over after you get situated with the science guy or whatever, and he tells you all right, so yeah, that's great. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna charge you for the docking for the past week. So that's just gonna be on the house, huh? Is that good?
It's less debt for us, so yes, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Over the intercom, you hear your friendly neighborhood computer. Hello! I am the computer. I am currently being hijacked along with the rest of the ship by chosen survivor Edward Dunn.
That seems like a weird thing to just announce to everyone.
It
That's
doesn't
not
seem
good.
like a good thing. I guess we need to go check on that.
Probably.
Why do you have needles in your neck?
Because I like it. It looks cool.
I don't.
You start bleeding uncontrollably. Now I'm coming to say you start bleeding. You start like a fountain.
Would you like this needle?
No, it is covered in your mucus.
No,
Okay.
you can keep it, please.
It'll be
By all means.
it'll be souvenir.
Yeah, I'll just leave it on the ground right there. There you go.
Please don't put it there. That's my stuff.
I didn't know you carried your stuff with you.
Always. Look at all these pouches. What do you think?
He has his bus pass in there and his Safeway card.
I only got a few more months before I get my AARP.
Oh, that's very nice.
That is it for you.
They're taking the ship. This is unacceptable.
I guess we
This
need
is
to go look
currently
at that.
happening.
There's more
Probably.
killing to be done.
All right, so you get to the door to get back into your ship from the port, and you're gonna have to hack to get back into it because you've been locked out of your ship.
That's not good. I shall attempt hacking protocols the first.
Challenge rating 5.
Challenge rating 5. I shall hack. I shall use hack the impossible and spend 3 of my intellect points.
Is there a way I could possibly assist you to possibly make it easier for you? Possibly, is that
By
possible?
definition of the skill, I believe it's just blah, 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 blah. I do the
Oh,
90.
okay, there you go. Never
In honor of my gunslinger friend, I do the hacking from the 90s where I go, wait a minute, just my typing and just and it just works.
If you want to do the true 90s thing, he's going to get on the keyboard with you because 2 people typing can hack faster.
Also, I need someone to do the that is the
But
way
that
the
means
90s
he's in
hack.
very close proximity to you. And
No, I
I'm
would just
pretty
do,
certain that
No,
that's,
I'm just going to do. He doesn't have thumbs. We established this in the last round.
I said my 4th finger is my thumb.
You don't know your own
just
anatomy.
because
That's
you call
creepy.
it a thumb doesn't make it a thumb.
Yes.
I have 4 fingers. My 4th finger is my thumb.
I'm so sorry for your girlfriend. So the bay doors open, and
I don't like the idea that this character has a girlfriend.
That's because you're an incel.
Her name is Benda.
the
Well, she should be my girlfriend because all women are there for my pleasure.
oh god.
I told you it was a failed Andrew Tate cloning experiment.
God damn it. The hangar
This
bay
last
doors
part was
open,
just a yes and. This is not how my character is.
and you hear an announcement over the speakers. Thank you for initiating the self-destruct sequence. The ship will self-destruct in 4 minutes.
That's not
I thought you
good.
just opened the door.
Everybody shut up. We don't have time for ribaldry. Let us get over to the destruct
That's a
panel.
really
cool.
big word.
You get to the first computer terminal. You can see it's been smashed in.
Okay.
You need, in order to access this terminal, the terminal has to be repaired first before you can hack it. Or you can attempt to go to another terminal, which I would assume has probably already been smashed in as well.
Yes.
This is
I
what
get on the
can-
indicator. Dimitri, the last robot. I need you over here as soon as possible.
Yes, I am Last Robot.
Yes.
That's my voice.
Good. Good. Now I have jive talking Ukrainian robot.
I would like to use my repair machines along with my machine efficiency.
All right, go for it. Challenge rating is 6.
That is 18.
On top of my
No, that
machines.
is just every time I tell you the challenge rating, I'm not going to make the adjustments for you because I don't know what your sheet says.
Okay.
If we were playing like a campaign, I would have all that information readily available. But since we're doing a one shot, we don't have time for me to try and memorize all of that.
Okay, cool. Like that. Repair machines. He still said challenge 6, so 18.
The regular challenge rating is 18.
So
I mean 6.
Okay, 6.
So you lower that by your own abilities there.
Yes. So machine efficiency is -2. Repair of machines is -1, so -3 total. So challenge of 3.
Mm-hmm. Did you burn points?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you're lowering it by one more step.
Yes.
So you're bringing it to a 2.
Yes.
Okay, challenge rating 2.
Challenge rating 2 or 4?
It went from
It went from a 6 to
6.
and he subtracted
had-
2 for 4
6
Hey.
6 -2 is 4. -1
because you're
is 3.
specialized. Okay.
I'm trained in repair, use craft machines.
Okay, cool.
and then he stacked his stuff. So it's challenge rating 2. And also just to let the audience know that the game seems like really like there's a lot of rolls happening. That's just because we're trying to get like a one shot done in a short period of time. If we were playing like a longer campaign, it'd be like more role playing and stuff like that.
That is a 6.
That is a 6.
that hits it on if he has
Yep.
CRT.
Okay. All right.
what
So
I
you repair the terminal. Now you need to hack the terminal.
All right.
You have the three sections of the hacking that you have to do. The antivirus, which is because it's been hacked and smashed. The first challenge rating is going to be a 4.
4. So technical engineering makes that a 3 for a 9. I will not be spending any intellect. I'm just going to go on the 9.
Okay.
13. So
All right.
I
So
should bypass that one.
challenge rating 5 for the second one.
Has Dimitri arrived yet?
Yes.
Okay, so again, technical engineering drops it to 4. Dimitri assisting, you should drop it to a 3 and even 9 or better. That is an 11, so we're good to go there.
Challenge rating 6.
Challenge rating 6. Dimitri is here. If he's assisting, does one of his skills also help to drop this down?
It'll drop it down by 1.
But drop it down. So then again, it is a 3. I will spend the 3 intellect for the effort, which puts my pool to 7 there, but drops it down to a 2. I need a 6 or a better. 8.
All right. So you successfully hack into the terminal. Would you like to stop the self-destruct sequence from happening?
All right, we have to consider this now. So we have 3.5 minutes left. Now, if we blow up, we don't have to come back next week and Jason never gets to play. That would be funny. It just would. Oh, wait, I'm talking in metagame. Never mind. We will shut
I'm
off.
all okay for the sweet kiss of oblivion.
There you go. No. On that note alone, I'm shutting off the self-destruct sequence.
All right.
He's going to have to live with himself.
Curses.
I would like to keep my stuff.
This tortured existence has to continue.
Thank you for entering light speed. And the ship breaks off from the space station. You are all thrown into the wall as it takes off towards Europa, being piloted by not your captain. Woo-woo. We shall return next time.
Yes. Next time on Omnibus Place, part 2, where there will be more Ukrainian, more shooting of things, more snot-filled robot aliens. Most importantly, one very dumb boy.
Coaster, you didn't mention anything about Lightspeed. This isn't fun.
I would like
Ethan's
to.
character is definitely moist.
Yes. Oh, let me simulate that right now.
Oh,
There's
God.
a thin sheen.
No, I don't want to be moist. No. Ah!
Travelers on the Omnibus would like to thank our sponsors for this evening's episode. Silence Your Cell Phones is a podcast by Jared Hubbard and Blake Shelton. Kidding. legit forgot his name.
Kevin! Oh my God!
Yeah, totally stroking. Kevin Shelton and Jared Hubbard.
The toast is strong with this one.
Totally. I got toasted Ritz bites right here.
There you go.
They do movie reviews and TV show streamings and all that stuff. So check them out on all the platforms.
So Whiskey and Wrestling is a podcast where our friends Jason Holder and Michael Hill lament about the current state of wrestling and then use alcohol to wash away their sorrows. So check them out wherever you can get podcasts. They're on all the places. Yeah, so there's that one.
Fearology is the premier horror podcast in the world, possibly even the solar system, but we don't get radio out to Pluto. Jody Elkite will take you through his personal history of the horror genre, both in film, print, and however he wants to do it that week. Most recent episode was a wonderful one on Lady Stalkers. What was the proper title, sir?
A Stalker is Born.
Absolutely. Again, that is Fearology, I believe on, at the very least, Amazon, Spotify, and Google?
Yeah, Spotify. It wasn't. Spotify, Amazon, Google, and one of them was Anchor, but Anchor is Spotify.
It's moving to Spotify for
yeah.
podcasters. But yes, check them out there, please.
The Completed Podcast is a Magic the Gathering centered podcast focusing on competitive Magic, the different formats, Team Metamorph's personal experience with Magic competitions, road trips they go on. That is going to be Christopher Vega, Brendan Scott Tanner, Brandon Smith primarily. Again, that is the Completed Podcast. I believe what they are discussing are the most recent results from the from the regional championship from Dallas, I believe.
Very nice.
So yeah, give them a check out.
Absolutely. Also, our friend /enemy/frenemy, Kevin Gallo, a.k.a. Ronan Rooster on Twitch, and Kevin Gallo on YouTube every Tuesday, or when applicable right now. They've had some hiccups, but I'm hoping they're going to be back on it here shortly. They're bringing you some of the finest role-playing games that you should be playing yourself, including the dark future of Cyberpunk Red and the more lightheartedness of the unofficial Pokemon role-playing game Poké-Roll. Again, that's every Tuesday on Twitch with the VODs going up on YouTube later. Kevin Gallo, a.k.a. Ronan Rooster.
Yeah, I forgot to say this while we were still playing. Everybody gets 2 experience points.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
We love experience here. We also love role-playing games. And where can you get your role-playing games if you're local? MacNarb Gaming in Goshen, Mississippi. God Emperor of MacNarb Gaming, Cameron Spanier. He
does sit on the golden throne.
He does sit on the golden throne. The sole proprietor, owner, and God Emperor.
At least 1,000 psychers are sacrificed to him daily to feed and keep him in a living undeath.
Yes, he is the light of the Astronomicon for games. And
Yes.
where does it all arrive? Holy MacNarb Gaming.
Yes.
They've got puzzles and shit. I'll dig up the old ones and good ones right now. Check out, though I mentioned earlier, check out the Star Wars deck building game. It's a fun 2-player game if you like such things. And is for your if you have a friend who you just want to beat up constantly or have him beat you up constantly, that'd be the way it works. But that is MacNarb Gaming in Goshen, Mississippi.
Yeah.
All right.
Jody, what are we doing next week?
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to continue on this one shot, which...
One-ish shot.
One-ish shot.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I'm having a blast with this.
I'm enjoying it so far, yes.
I'm glad you guys are liking it. Glad you're liking it.
I like the part where I expressed competency. That's very important.
Yes. Things should get even more interesting.
Oh, so there you go.
Even more interesting than a 3
And also, we should be picking up our friend Jason Holder from Whiskey and Wrestling as the 4th player in this game.
Yes.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Considering he's we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll snatch this podcast back from Jody. Whatever we could do, say things that we usually do. So yeah. Jesus Christ, I really did kind of stroke out there. I was trying to be...
I'm
good there.
I was trying to be funny and clever, and then nothing was coming.
I didn't go to the joke because I was
fumbled.
legitimately wondering if we needed to get you to a hospital.
No, it's just I was trying to be clever and failed. Feel free to cut this out, even though you probably won't. But I'm not going to listen to it because I'm actually on this episode.
I'll put it on reverb so that our audience can be stroking out.
So I believe that's everything for us. We'll see you next week.
Wait, who were we?
We are travelers on the Omnibus.
But individually.
Oh, I was getting there. God damn it. Stop stepping on my shit.
Well, you're the one that's losing
You're assuming
focus.
that I don't know what to fucking do, and I at least know that part. Shit.
A minute ago, I was legitimately wondering if we needed to take you to
Again, that was
hospital.
because I was trying to be clever and funny, and it failed. But I know that the last thing that we do is say our names.
Well, but normally we wait for a
okay,
little bit
you do it
goofy
here.
after that. Well, hold on. Who are you? I forgot. Who is he I'm stroking to?
I've been Jody Kite. Be more nerd.
I'm Ethan Skinner. Do more things.
I'm James McCarthy. Play more games. They don't know who you are.
We'll leave it a mystery.
Please say something.
You're scaring them.
Like, this isn't a bit. Just hit stop recording.
Oh, I thought this was a bit too. Shit.